Hello.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the diarrhea stream.
Yeah,
Not
my
us.
not us. Um as you can see we're starting a little late. My cat had to go to the vet. Cooper had to go to the vet. He is okay. Uh he's just been having little diarrheas all over the house. But he's okay. They were saying that it's nothing, that they're not worried, and he's going to get wet food for twice a day all weekend. So he is living high, and he just jumped up here with a bunch of diarrhea on his butt. So hopefully that doesn't happen again, and you guys don't have to see it.
You are streaming with like a whole new challenge level. Like
I know.
first God takes your iPad away.
I
And
know.
now you have to dodge diarrhea blasts on your console. That's rough.
I had to, like, because when he jumped up here a second ago, I had to like grab him and make sure I didn't get any. I had to like make sure his butt wasn't touching me, and also not touching the curtain as I like went through
Oh
it.
God. This is some advanced shit. Like
Oh.
oh, poor little baby. Poor little Coops. Oh yeah, he sharded. He sharded on it.
Oh my god. Which is great because we're gonna do a sharticle. We're doing a sharticle today. Um
Yes, yes. We have all kinds of stuff, all kinds of nonsense
but
queued up today.
yeah, what are people what are people time thefting today? Are you time thefting anything, anybody?
Yeah, yeah. What work are you not doing today? I already saw Trans Peaks is too busy and says she has us muted, so I'm glad to just be vibes here. Um,
Uh
I'm
Here
definitely
we can,
dodging some emails right now.
yeah. Here we can put this. Will this work? Put this in here.
Yes.
For Trans Peaks and
Salute.
anybody else that is has us on mute.
Yes. What is this from?
I don't know. It's just the first thing that came up when I typed in salute.
Oh, okay. His hand is, like, very uncomfortable, so that's perfect. Good.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening there.
Yeah. Um, let's see. V Bunny's working from home, scamming the government. Love it. Um, Godspeed Trans Peaks. I hope she sees. We'll just type everybody, nobody else read this. This is a special message direct to Trans Peaks.
Or for anybody else that is has to have us on mute.
Yes.
One time somebody in chat told Germa that he was on in a bar. And the video was on mute, so he started like writing things. He started trying to get them to like do a shot together. And there's like video
Oh my
of him on in the bar, like completely silent, like
I love that Germa is on in bars. Like I would go to more bars if they were playing Germa.
Yeah.
Like that's perfect. I mean, I have already said on the record that streamers are fulfilling the same role as like the bartender that you
Yeah.
see regularly. Like there's definitely a vibe there that's
Yep.
similar.
And I've never been a bartender, but I did scoop ice cream, which was a very similar thing. I especially where we did it.
Mhm. Chatting
And
people up.
yep.
You would make a good bartender, I think. I
I
mean,
actually
that
was really serious about going into it, but then COVID happened. So I was sort of like not sure about it, but I've definitely kept it in the back of my mind as like I'm kind of alcoholically illiterate. Like I don't really know any drinks, but I think I could do it because I think serving ice cream in the place I did, which was crazy busy, but also we were expected to like really keep a really good rapport with everybody there. I think it was like a really
mhm.
similar thing. Um, especially like
Yeah.
even the not like making shit and bringing it to people. So I think I'd like to do that someday, maybe.
Yeah, there's this one gay bartender on YouTube, Mike MGT, who like he just got hired for the gay bars just because they liked how he looked, and he would just Google every recipe in the back room every time people ordered. So I think there's a place for that. I don't think you'd necessarily, depending on the place, it can be more vibes than
Yeah.
you can be the
uh,
personality hire because that is a lot of the
it's
case.
true. It's true. I'm just that lady. What was that TikTok that we watched on stream about the lady calling the boss?
The personality hire girl,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, but that is so much of the work.
Yeah.
Neon Meow says, I found out I was getting laid off yesterday and it was supposed to happen today, but the meeting was rescheduled for Monday morning, so I'm not doing shit. Oh,
That's
that sucks.
that's fucked. Yeah, don't do
I'm
shit.
so sorry. Yeah, bill overtime today, as Brickhausdorf said.
Fuck yeah.
S-
If you
Squeezed
work
everyone.
in an office or in a workplace, steal as much shit as you can. I imagine you wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
cut if you did work in a place. You probably just wouldn't come in. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
but yeah, welcome everybody. Uh,
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just looking at the chat.
yeah, I'm catching up on chat too.
Yeah. Oh, I think laid off is just censored on mobile Cassie because laid is sex. I don't know. The app
Yeah,
is weird.
that might be your end. That might be something you can change. Because I don't think I think we should have all that stuff turned off.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not cops here. Neon Meow said, I'm okay, just super burnout, holding on by a thread, so half joyous to be able to rest. And I work from home, so maybe I can just not send my laptop back. Oh, you already know I'm gonna tell you, don't send that laptop back. They should send a courier to pick it up. Otherwise,
Find a picture, like type in the model number and broken, and find a picture of a broken ass one and be like, oh fuck, I dropped it.
yes. Oh my god. That yeah, just make sure you like fuck with the assets of of the thing so that it's not obviously a screenshot, but then
Yeah,
spam 'em. Oh, a monster. I'm so sad. I'm so sorry. I don't have the pup hood here right now, actually. It's
it's
not
it's
in the apartment.
it's doing
Oh,
better things.
it's doing better things. I'm so sorry I can't put it on. Otherwise, I would.
Um,
It has other plans this weekend.
um, but yeah, let's jump into. Should we jump into that sharticle?
Sure. Yeah, that feels like the tidiest thing to talk about. Like the Tumblr one could go a lot of directions, but
And it was piss course. I feel like many sharticles we read are also piss course. Like we find them through the piss course. There was a lot of piss course about it. Um, but yeah, we're talking about. Sorry, I don't have my iPad, so I have to find. Where's my screen? I have too many sources.
I know you have so much.
uh, there we go. So yes, this was the day I put $50,000 in a shoebox and handed it to a stranger. I never thought I was the kind of person to fall for a scam. By Charlotte Cowles, the Cut's financial advice columnist.
So crazy. Now this was discourse because of how fast everything moves. I feel like this was big discourse like last week.
Yes.
It was all over my Twitter timeline, at least. I don't know about you.
Yeah,
Um,
I bookmarked some of the reactions that I'll see if I find it have any good ones.
so yeah, so this story is so ridiculous. Um, Charlotte Coles, the Cuts financial advice columnist, uh, basically like she got so quickly. It's fucking crazy. Like she basically just got a phone call that was like, "This is the FBI. Somebody has taken out a bunch of has made a bunch of charges in your name." And even though those charges weren't actually registered with her bank, like she had no actual record of any of this stuff
Right.
actually happening. She still just completely believed this random man who called her on the phone because they knew her social security number. And they kept her on the phone all day,
Right.
just running around, transferring her between different people, telling her basically, "You're fucked. This is very illegal what's happening. You're going to get in trouble for things that other people did with your money." Um,
Right. So
the only
basically, so I read it this morning to get fresh. And so basically it was originally a call from Amazon, and they were like, there are some weird, did you buy a bunch of laptops? And she was like, no. And they're like, I don't, and she looked at her Amazon, she's like, I don't see those. And she was like, oh, because they're business accounts that you've opened up. Do you have any business accounts? And she was like, no. And so this Amazon person was like, you have multiple um, business accounts open with us that, this person had not opened. And then they get transferred to somebody at the FTC, who says that they, which I don't think, so I'm trying to like break down all of the places, because this part seems like I could believe it, right? Like,
like the Amazon call, like you feel like,
right. It seems
yeah.
unlikely in some ways that you wouldn't get like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like this is how they would notify you. Um, but it seems possible. And then they transfer to an FTC, Federal Trade Commission agent, which I think people's reaction was that's not really a thing. Um,
Mhm.
and then and basically the scam is that someone has all of her information. They have, and this FTC agent has the last four digits of my social security number, my home my home address, date of birth, to confirm, and gave those to her as like, look, see, we know who you are,
Right. They
right?
knew her
Like
social. They mentioned her
only
son.
the last four. They only ever use the
Oh,
last four, although they probably
okay.
have the whole thing if they're scammers. Um, but yeah, I'm glad we're speaking. Your personal information is linked to a case that we've been working on for a while now, and it's quite serious. He told me that I have 22 bank accounts, 9 vehicles, and 4 properties were registered to my name. The bank accounts had wired more than 3 million overseas, most to Jamaica and Iraq. Did I know anything about this? Did I know someone named Stella Suki Kwong? He texted me a photo of her ID, which he claimed had been found in a car rented under my name that was abandoned on the southern border of Texas with blood and drugs in the trunk. So,
This is where it just gets crazy. Like, what on earth,
right.
lady?
So
Like,
basically, the whole scam is someone has stolen her identity and done all this illegal shit. And now, because all of that illegal shit is done under her identity, it's assumed that she did it. And so they're going to freeze all of her assets. So she goes from this FTC guy to FBI agent. No, excuse me, a CIA agent. Which again,
mhm.
CIA is not. Um, that's
They're not gonna
that.
call you.
Well, they're that, but also CIA is not is that is external. That is
Mhm.
intelligence about other countries. FBI is domestic.
Right.
Um, and then um, so yeah, she tells him how much money. I think this is maybe still the FTC guy. She
Mhm.
tells him how much money is in her checkings and savings. Um, and
And
basically
then
that
I'm
he
sorry.
needs to keep that. They're trying to help her keep that money safe.
Yeah, they, like,
Um,
ask her what money she needs, like, if they're gonna freeze all her assets, how much she needs to live on for, like, a year, right?
right.
And that's where
Um,
that 50,000 comes from.
right. So a CIA gives her case number, which she doesn't. Because she checks everything and isn't seeing any of this stuff, but it's the idea is that it's like done, like they've opened up bank accounts and stuff in her name. Um, and so when she doesn't believe that this is real, um, he says, I completely understand. He told me to go to the FTC homepage and look up the main phone number. Now hang up the phone and I will call you from that. And this is supposed to be the CIA agent. I will call you
Mhm.
from that number right now. I did as he said. The FTC number flashed on my screen and I picked it up. How do I know you're not just spoofing this? It's a government number, he said, indignant. It cannot be spoofed. This is not true. Very not true.
No, it's very easy, like, to fake what number you're calling from,
Right.
relatively. Yeah.
And the big thing is that he basically tells her that she can't tell anyone because specifically her husband, because to tell him would be to involve him and then the investigation would like include him. Like basically
Mhm.
so she said, because she had texted like some shit's going on, and she told him that, and he's like, no, you have to tell him everything is fine. In many cases like this, we have to investigate the spouse as well, and the less he knows, the less he's implicated. From now on, you have to follow protocol if you want us to help you. And so
Mhm.
she can't tell anybody. Then blah blah blah. Basically, they're gonna freeze all of your assets, and you have to go get all of your money that you're gonna need for the next 2 years, maybe say, just as much money as you can get quick, and then give it to us. One thing people pointed out was it was wild that the bank didn't do anything when she takes out $50,000.
In
They
cash, yeah.
and supposedly and supposedly um like they yeah, when I reached the bank I told the guard I needed to make a large cash withdrawal and she sent me upstairs. Michael was on speaker. Oh yeah, they keep her on speakerphone the whole time to make sure
Right.
she's not telling anyone, you know, I'm getting
Yeah, to
scammed.
monitor. Well, and to wear her down, right? Like, the
Right.
whole this all of this shit progresses over the course of one day where they call her in the morning and they're like, "You're gonna go to fucking jail because people have all these, weapons and drugs and, blood money in your name," and, like, so she's on speakerphone. They're transferring her between different people. They're whenever she leaves to go do something, they need her, like, on the phone. At a point, her husband comes home and she, shoos him away and is, like, still on the phone with these people. It's like
Right.
just trying to wear her down and exhaust her
Right.
into giving them the money.
So yeah, apparently they just give her $50,000, and just with the money gives her a sheet of paper warning me against scams, which seems wild to me. Um,
Yeah.
and a lot of people on Twitter were basically like, I tried to take out $3,000 and they like made me explain why I needed it and like gave me the whole rigmarole, which makes
Right.
sense. So I don't.
It's probably because she's rich,
Right.
honestly.
Right.
Yeah.
It kind of goes to show how different of a world people that are rich live in. Um,
Mhm.
so yeah, basically then she gets all the money and then she just gives it to a guy. A guy pulls up in a car and she gives it to him and doesn't talk to him at all. Like they tell her just put it in the back seat of the car and then don't talk to him and then go back in. Um
Mhm.
so
It it's just so insane that,
yeah.
like, I mean, yes, when people are exhausted and panicky, they make really bad decisions. Like, so that is how this thing is designed to work, and that's why it works. But it is fucking just buck wild that, like, she doesn't talk to anyone about it. She doesn't pause to collect her breath. Um, and then it's only when she gets back later after, like, taking her son trick or treating and having dumped that $50,000 in the back of a random stranger's car that she,
Yeah.
like, talks to her husband and he's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And it burst the bubble for her almost, like, immediately having somebody else's input on it.
Right. Yeah, I genuinely do feel bad for her. Um and yeah, because they said that they were going to cancel her fucking social security number and give her a new one, which I don't think is a thing
Mm,
at all.
no, not at all.
And so she was like waiting for them to do that and they just kind of never did that and we were like we'll call you tomorrow and it's 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 very sad and I think it's worrying because like this shit it's wild how like powerful this kind of stuff can be, especially with a little
Mhm.
bit of identity theft. And so what you were pointing out on Twitter, and why I thought it was, and why we wanted to talk about this, is that she even says in the article, when I woke up in the next morning, a few seconds passed before I remembered the previous day. I was my old self in my old bed, milky dawn light on the walls. Then it came crashing back, a fresh humiliation, and I curled into the fetal position. I felt violated, unreliable. I couldn't trust myself. Were my tendencies toward people pleasing, rule following, and conflict aversion far worse than I'd ever thought, even pathological. I imagined other people's reactions. She's always been a little careless. She seems unhinged. I considered keeping the whole thing a secret. I worried it would harm my professional reputation. I still do. And I'm sorry to say, I think it has.
Yeah.
Because people's reaction were very much like, how are you the financial advisor and had this happen?
Yeah, I mean, people are dunking on it, and like when this published, it was very much blood in the water on Twitter because one, she's obviously like a incredibly like wealthy, privileged person, and of course, people like seeing someone like we love seeing a girl boss fail, right? We're haters and
Yeah.
and jealous or whatever. But also, yeah, her being a financial advice columnist does make it like so twisted. But like there are some elements at the top of the article that just really stood out to me when she's arguing about like how she never would have thought that something like this would happen to her,
Right.
which I think is true for any scam victim. That's that's how they get you, is thinking you're like immune to scams.
Right.
And she kind of cites a few stats. I'm just reading from the article really quick. Younger adults, Gen Z, millennials, and Gen X are 34% more likely to report losing money to fraud compared to those over 60. I think that is partly because we think we're immune to it because of the stereotype
Mm-hmm.
being elders. Another study found that well-educated people, or those with good jobs, what does that mean? But
Yeah.
we know what it means. Were just as vulnerable to scams as everyone else. Um, Scam victims tend to be single, lonely, and emotionally insecure with low financial literacy, but I am none of those things. I'm a journalist who had a weekly column in the business section of the New York Times. I've written a personal finance column for this magazine for the past 7 years. Um, I'm listed as an emergency contact for several friends and their kids. I vote, floss, cook, and exercise. In other words, I'm not a person who panics under pressure until suddenly I was. And like, she does touch on this back later at that near the end of the article with the people
Yeah.
pleasing kind of thing. But like here, she's thinking these are things that are going to protect her from being taken advantage of. But if you are, well educated, that means that you are very embedded within the existing institutional power system, right? You're like a good little worm in the
Right.
system, right? Like
Right.
if you if if you vote, floss, cook, and exercise, and like list those things in that way as like signs that
Yeah.
I am a virtuous, good person,
Right.
that tells us a little bit of something about how you think about yourself and the like external approval structures that you're really relying on for approval.
Right.
And again, I think anybody can fall for this stuff, but I do think that's kind of like low key liberal authoritarianism, right?
Yeah.
Like those are people that are pretty easy to manipulate into falling in line because they are so afraid of doing the wrong thing or looking bad.
I,
And I think we kind of see that here.
and what you were saying is that, and on Twitter, and I really agree, is that I mean this feels like the failure here was the trust of authority. Like she
Mhm.
believed that this person was a cop, and so these people were authority figures, and so she should do this. And my what I hope for, I mean, we all hope that we all think that we're immune to scams. I think that that's true, and I think it is kind of admirable for her to write this, um because I do think that it is easier to get trapped into this stuff than you think. But I do hope that even if I had gotten to the point where a cop was telling me to do this, I think I would not believe that the cop would, even if I believed it was a cop, I would not believe that this cop had my best interest in mind, because I don't trust
Right.
cops. And I think
Right.
that that's a healthy thing to not trust like that.
Yes. Do not talk to the cops. Like Have you seen that lecture from a lawyer? It's like a 40-minute lecture about why you should never talk to the cops. It's anybody who
Yeah,
hasn't watched that, it is a masterclass because even if you are not involved in something, even if you're completely innocent, whatever that means, you never wanna talk to the cops. Even if you're
right.
trying to clear up the story to save somebody else, never talk to the cops. It's only gonna bite you. So, yeah, I think that does influence what kind of scams people like us might be susceptible compared to this person
Certainly.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I and it's like I thought that that was interesting. She says, "Am I a pathological people pleaser?" And I'm like, and I have to wonder, is that it's like, is that normal? Is it not
Mhm.
pathological? Is it like, is that the normalized thing to be that much of a people pleaser to get into that situation that that it's not pathological, it's just normalized, and that, I think your words were a little bit of what was it? Anti
Oh, pathological demand avoidance
Yeah,
would have
would
helped
have
this
helped
lady
here.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is kind of in line with, like, a point that I'm, like, browbeating all the time that, like, people immediately if something it, like, turns against them or is used for evil, they immediately wanna say it's pathological, and
Yeah.
no, it's, like, the most banal thing in the world.
Yeah.
Like, what's considered normal is kinda pathological, you know what I mean? But by definition, that means it's not
Right.
pathological. It's just we're in a really sick society where, like,
Society,
trusting
man.
authority figures yeah, and being afraid of the police state is so extreme that
Right.
people will behave in this way. Um,
Even if this
yeah.
was true, this is like, you should not be afraid that, because really it was the state that was that the thing that they were being made afraid of, that she was being made afraid of, was the state, rather than,
Mhm.
these uh scammers, these pretend scammers, not the actual scammers that were doing it. But in the story, like, the state is going to come and ruin your life
Right.
because, you know and it's also, she talks a little bit at one point about how she had heard this American Life story about how somebody had their identity stolen, and she mentions a couple different stories where people had their identity stolen and just their lives were ruined, like social security numbers in particular. Those are literally for social security, right? Like, that is all those are supposed to be for. And yet we use them for all of this wild identity, like actual identification stuff, because we don't have actually good systems. Like,
Mhm.
we like this the systems are so broken that this stuff is possible. And identity theft is a fucking huge problem, and people get really fucked over about it, and so it is realistic, and part of that is like the incompetence of the state, rather than, the the result of, people taking advantage of it.
Yeah. That's such a smart point, Maddie, that, like, even as much as, like, yes, I wanna dunk on rich people being stupid with their money and stuff like that, like, even if somebody with this much privilege, relatively speaking,
Right.
can be so terrified of the police state just swooping in
Yeah.
and arresting them based on if this story were true, a misunderstanding about documentation, just believing what somebody else's, like, use of her, like, bank accounts led to. Like, that really tells you a lot about the plight that we are all in
Right.
under the current paradigm. Like, even, you know, like this person is maybe a millionaire, not like a billionaire. So she's still, she's in that like
Yeah, she says
whatever it
what did
is.
she say? Her brother and best friend are lawyers. It's one of the things
Mhm.
she's like, I don't know why I didn't call a lawyer. My brother and best friend are lawyers, and you're just like, this is not a person in a different fucking world from me.
Right. Yes. So on one hand, it's like she had every luxury imaginable to be able to just take a break for a second. Like,
Yeah,
why didn't any of those lawyers in her life tell her the first thing you do when something like this happens is you call your representation? Um, so I'm nothing if not a hater and a judger here, but like, but I think it is true too that it really is revealing how much we don't have control over our own lives and are at the behest of the police state, and the state information like apparatus, that we would just immediately believe something like this, and that even somebody with this much power would believe something like that and just give up so much just to get the heat off of her, you know?
Yeah, I think so. I read um snippets of it when it came out, and I just read the whole thing today, so it was fresh. And I don't know. It feels bad. It feels bad, and I think it is. The point she makes is that she's basically writing this because one thing that helped her after she got scammed a bunch was. For all this was that she found other people that got scammed and sort of like that was helpful. Um,
Mhm.
and like to be like this is not a unique thing. Um, Somebody else, I discovered Katie Gaddy Tassin, a personal finance expert who writes for the popular Money with Katie newsletter, lost $8,000 5 years ago to a grandmotherly sounding woman pretending to be call from Tassin's credit union. I called her to ask how she coped. Everyone was so patronizing. The response was basically, "It's your fault that it happened, that this happened." And I do feel a little bad that that was the response.
Yeah, it might be, it's like probably a self-protective thing of like, "Well, that'll never happen to me," you know?
Right. But I do think it's interesting to analyze it from that lens of you shouldn't trust like that. Like
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I think, and it is understandable because I don't know, like you said, with social security numbers being used as an identifier was a completely arbitrary decision,
Yeah.
because there was no other information about people that was like lasting, that the government had authority on. And this even connects back to like the white supremacy culture idea that like worship of the written word is like racist, right? Like if we
Yeah.
want to actually identify who someone is, who they really are, we should talk to the people in their community who can vouch for them. Like, where are their kin? Where have they lived? What have they contributed to? Who knows them? And none of that matters, right? Like, all that matters is documentation. Where you currently, what address is currently on your driver's license. But that's something that's so changeable that the government can't rely on address like that. And so it has to be social security number because there's like nothing else until they start having biometric data on all of us, um,
Yeah.
which is also rapidly happening. Um, and if you're at the airport and they want to use the facial recognition cameras on you, you can opt out of that. So just know that you can step away from that camera and not
That
do
is
that.
good
By
to
the
know.
way, yeah, I just saw a video about that, but I don't know where I was going with this, but like I've lost my train of thought, but, but, like, it means that people are, having trouble keeping track of what information is important, what information which institutions have, and I think technologically, security measures are constantly changing. Like, I've
Mhm.
talked before about how multi-factor authentication is really not accessible if you're an ADHDer or you don't have a phone or any number of other things
Yeah.
happen, Like, a lot of our security measures are just, "Oh, most people have phones, we'll just use that."
Right.
It's not like a carefully thought through, like, strategic choice. It's just working with what numbers we already have about people.
Right.
Um, and so I think that does make it really hard for people to know, "Oh, the government's not gonna call you and tell you this shit. This is not
Yeah.
how this works." Um
Yeah, I think that's another reason why it's worth talking about this stuff. And it's weird to me that she doesn't talk more about this. Like it's wild that she wrote this article and didn't go like, "Well, here's all the places I should have known it was." I get it probably would be hard to write that. But
Mhm.
like there are a lot of steps where it's like we should in general, like I'm glad that she wrote that so that we can have some better understanding. Like any number can be spoofed. Never trust anything that anybody that calls you. Just never
Mhm.
ever trust anybody that calls you. If someone
Yeah.
calls you and you believe that it's possible that they are who they say they are, call them back from You know, if it's Amazon, go to the Amazon, like ask for a case number, go to Amazon, call them back. That's always,
Mhm.
you know, always what you do. And a lot of what the scam was, like showing her the number and calling her back on that same number, like any
It's
number
smoke
can
and
be
mirrors.
right. So yeah, that's a huge thing. And knowing like especially I mean the CIA, the FBI, like they're not gonna call you, they're gonna show up at your door, like for
Right.
sure. Um,
Yes.
so that isn't helpful to like know some of those things.
Right. Anything you can do to like slow down your thinking process when something like this happens is really important. Like, and I think this comes back to a lot of conversations we've had about like autistic self advocacy in general too.
Yeah,
Like, and there was a comment that Brick Hausdorff left a second here ago. There's so much conditioning around giving up privacy under the argument if you were innocent, you'd have nothing to hide.
yeah,
So, of course, the first defensive posture we know is to reveal everything possible to try and appease authorities. And that's actually the last thing you want to do. The last fucking thing you want to do. I've seen this bite so many autistic friends of mine on the ass where they get challenged at work and then they say a bunch of vulnerable shit about
hmm
themselves that then gets used against them. Don't do that.
yeah. I think I
Like,
think I've been a victim of that as well too. Like it's easy to I know for me it's easy to blame myself for stuff. So it's easy to be like, well, here are the ways that I can admit that I did fuck up. And it's
mhm.
like it's but yeah, it
Yeah.
can be
We're
really not
taught that's like
helpful.
Yeah, we're taught that's like, oh, that people are gonna respect you for owning your part in things. No, 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 no. Again, don't trust like that. If it's a boss, if it's a banker, if it's a lawyer, if it's a government, like only do that with like friends who you know aren't gonna fuck you over. Then you
Yeah.
can do that thing. Otherwise, you got to put people on a limited information diet right away. Um, like as strictly as you can. Like and like slow down like because it is a fight or flight response, right? Like, oh, here's all this information that's exculpatory. I'm, trying to prove that I mean well here.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of power in just having a few little phrases in your pocket that you can reach for, like, I need to go think about this. Like, let me go talk to someone. Like I need to go anything that can just give you a break to get away from the conversation um can help
Yeah.
because you don't need to have like the perfect responses to everything and the perfect piece of proof to like demonstrate beyond a shadow of a doubt that you haven't done anything wrong. You need to just like get out of that situation where you're not exposing yourself more a lot of the time or not being influenced more here.
Quarian says called out, you know that sea cucumber that spits out its guts when threatened by a predator? I do that. Fuck. Fucking know how that feels. Mood.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely been Seb, definitely been a learning experience when dealing with HR about a grievance, as genuinely believed they were trying to help until was being told that I was being made redundant 2 months later. Yeah. God. And that
Yeah.
was another thing I was gonna say is like HR especially, like they are not your friend. They are there to protect the company and they will use anything you say or do against you.
Mhm. Yeah, never trust HR. Never tell them any more information than what they already have. Even showing how you feel about something. Again, I know so many horror stories of friends who were just trying to point out that like their evaluation process was unfair compared to another coworker. Like, and then they have a bad attitude because they're complaining, right? Like, don't give them anything vulnerable about yourself, whether it's facts about you or your emotions. Like, you just can't they are there to protect the company from being sued, and they will happily craft a narrative that will justify even if you were unjustly fired, you know?
Yeah.
Um, like, and so I do think that like that kind of skepticism can help protect us from some of these kinds of scams. Um,
Yeah.
but when I was thinking about this article, I was thinking like, what kind of scams would I fall for? And I know for me, the scam I think I would fall for is I've just found an exploit. I found something that I can take advantage of. Ooh,
you're s- you're
I'm gonna
so lucky
I'm
you're a crypto skeptic. if you.
I know. Yeah, if I had been around the wrong people, I would have gotten some crypto for sure. Yeah, exactly. Like,
Oh.
or those people that, Folding Ideas on YouTube talked about who they thought they were gonna make a lot of money by, like, selling, like, AI recorded audiobooks or something, or, like, AI
Mhm.
generated ebooks, and of course, it's a complete scam. Like, that kinda, like, get rich quickly scamming other people, but you're actually the one getting scammed,
Yeah,
that would definitely be
God.
my kryptonite.
Yeah, I could see getting scammed for sure. I could see myself getting scammed from a somebody needs help. I absolutely could. Like I think I'm pretty aware of that kind of stuff, which helps, but
Mhm.
I absolutely know that the right person at the right time could because I want to help people so bad, you know.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, that's really easy to exploit, because it is so human, and people have made entire careers out of, like, learning how to engineer this kinda stuff.
Yeah. Photopotamus, my grandma was scammed by a guy who claimed to be one of my cousins. Supposedly, there are people that are already fucking using AI, uh, like voices. Like, I'm not sure how people are getting enough, like, voice recordings. I don't know how much you need right now to like do an AI generation of somebody's actual voice.
You don't
But
need much.
yeah, so I don't know. I've heard people are saying like that they'll use actual which is so terrifying.
Yeah, I know this because, of course, an old hypno-dom of mine was trying to make an AI of my voice to make new audio files, and he said that for, like, a really simple, like, kind of shittier quality that's not gonna quite get your actual tone of voice quite right, you only need, like, a few minutes of data, and
Wow.
then if you have, like, 5 hours of training data, it's eerie, and I heard it, because there is lots of vocal data for me out there, and it was fucking, yeah, scary. So, like, you can imagine even just over the phone, like a shitty
Right.
one, it would still be pretty easy to fall for, because
Especially if it's
phone
somebody
audio. Yeah.
yeah, and especially if it's somebody elderly that is not, maybe having trouble with memory and stuff. Hello,
Mhm.
Cooper. Do you have poop all over your
Oh,
butt?
poopy butt boy. Oh, here we go.
Oh.
Poop check.
Maybe
Oh.
somewhat. Oh, poor baby.
Oh.
Why don't
Do you need
you?
to do you need to wipe him, or do you need to
I think I just am gonna put him on the ground so he doesn't fall. I think he's mostly okay.
Oh, well, if you need to at any point, take a wipey break, please. We love the babby, and we want him to be doing well.
Oh,
Query and oh, sorry.
here, I get it. Just 1 second.
Okay.
You can hold the fort for a second.
Sure, yeah, there's some stuff in the chat I wanted to talk about anyway. Quarian said, "How do I reconcile wanting to unmask and be my true, expressive, easily vulnerable, wanting to connect autistic self with the necessary defenses we need to develop for situations like this?" Um, I think, it's all about, like, minimizing your exposure to people that are unsafe. Like, I think every person who masks, you do have to discern between what are the situations where it is safe and warranted for me to mask? What are the relationships where I want to develop vulnerability? Like, where are the friendships where I want to have more of that? What are the social spaces where I do want to be more present? That's never going to be your job. Like, you should never be wanting to be your vulnerable self at work. I know it's been really, really heavily drilled into us that we're supposed to bring our whole selves to work, and that, like, work is supposed to be a source of fulfillment. So this is, like, really hard to uncondition. But I think it really is the case that, like, being very aware of power and risk, and being very suspicious of authority is very helpful, and just really being aware of, like, this is not a space where I am safe to unmask. I don't trust these people. Fuck these people, like, they don't get any more information they can use on me. And I'm gonna funnel all of that unmasking energy. I'm gonna let my guard down around people who have actually proven that they're safe and who don't have that kind of power over me. Um, I think if you have a natural kind of knee-jerk reaction to hating authority, maybe that comes a little bit more easily. So I understand sometimes it's harder done than said, but I think keeping the power differentials in mind can help. See, lots of good stuff in the chat. Um, yeah, unlearning some kind of suspicion and then learning others. Um, Zicky8 said, I heard recently of people being called by their bosses at work, and apparently it sounds completely like them. Easy to fall for. Yeah, it's like the next generation of phishing scams, which incidentally, my boss always falls for. I get emails from my boss asking me to like upload my fucking social security number or the equivalent, like on a regular basis. It's because she clicked on something and got hacked. It's very funny. Um, oh, thanks, Seb, for the go piss girl. River Hexus says, I suppose there is the element of building solidarity with coworkers, maybe requiring a bit of vulnerability. Yes, but you know, a lot of that you want to do outside of the actual workplace where you're not being monitored. And anytime you are like trying to do like a unionization push or doing some organizing at work, like if you're starting in a place where it's at ground zero, what I've always heard from union organizers is you really want to have some of those conversations with people outside of the workplace. You have to really nourish those relationships, ask a person out for a drink, have them over to your house for a meal. And then once you know a little bit more about who they are and their frustrations at work, listen to them about that. And then you know what their sentiments might be. That's when you start kind of getting more vulnerable with them about your own feelings and potentially like, again, organizing kind of stuff.
Cooper puked, but I think he's okay.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh my
I think he
god.
probably just ate too fast when I gave him that wet food.
Yeah. Oh, he's got it coming from both ends.
He's
Mm,
okay, I think.
yeah. Yeah. Chubby we were just talking about like unionizing and when is it safe to like open up to coworkers about things versus
Yeah, that's a tough
you know.
call.
Yeah. Oh, smallest deer says hydrate. Cooper needs to hydrate as well.
I know, he's good at that. He's obsessed. He's got 2 fountains. He's so fucking spoiled. And he
Oh,
loves playing and drinking out of them all the time.
yes, that's good. He's so precious. He deserves it.
That's why his fur is so soft.
Yes. Oh, he's so luxurious
Yeah.
and beautiful. Um Chubby Kumquat says, yeah, be aware of if your coworkers are comrades or sharks who will throw you under the bus. And then Cassie kind of follows up, I'm frustrated because I don't want to talk to my coworkers about work off company time. That's there's a lot of lessons to be learned from like the Amazon Union Drive, I think. Like Chris Smalls is like not actually like I've heard he's kind of like a skis in person as just like a guy, but like the idea that like you feed people and you have barbecues with lots of your coworkers and you just like give people weed, give people a beer, like and build that groundwork, I think it really is important. But anyway.
So I was looking through my bookmarks. Um that and here is somebody posted this relate from when that article, the cut article went got big last week.
Mm-hmm.
Um and there is I think the whole lead in about how she's not like the poor, stupid, lonely people she imagines to be easily scammed had a certain je ne sais quoi that I instantly clocked as the mutterings of an effete, inbred child of rich people. And my ability to clock that sort of thing from the get is one of the few things I like about myself. Her husband works for a nonprofit. She's 39, but they live in a $4 million house in Prospect Heights. She's related to the Roosevelts. Ivy League is a given, but she feels the need to highlight it in her personal site. A child named Ripley. This whole thing is just another rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic of increasingly hubristic, insulated liaisons and fail sons and fail daughters of are discovering the otherwise object permanence level of obvious lessons the rest of us understand. You think Amazon will white glove you over to the CIA in a few minutes? Tell me you don't do your taxes without telling me you don't do your taxes. This person is so uncalibrated in their ability to navigate the world that their ability to generalize any intellectual output for anyone other than her similarly 0.1% situated friends is completely shot. Let her go on to be be on the board of a do nothing charity. This game is up. Which
Oh, bars. This person spits such fucking bars.
yeah. I definitely think I mean I definitely think it's a lot meaner of a take than we were having. And it's hard not to feel that way, that there is an out of touchness that level of wealth gets you that is hard to separate from the rest of this article.
Yeah, and an insulation normally from consequences. That means that
Right.
when you're actually faced with an emergency like this, you don't know how to cope, even though you floss and exercise.
Right.
Like,
Right.
this is definitely something that, like, does make me think again, just feels I feel so much gratitude that I had these hillbilly relatives who kept all of their money in the chimney and, like, in the shotgun closet and under the bed and things like that, and did not trust banks, um, and because they were moonshiners and were doing illegal shit, right? Like,
Yeah.
if they got one of these calls, they would be like, "Fuck you," and they would hang up, and then they would call their, like, cousin and be like, "Can you believe this shit? We're gonna have to go kill someone at the CIA today," like like that anarchist spirit or whatever. Um, so like, yeah, there absolutely is like a class and like culture component to it. But at the same time, I think we are kind of comforting ourselves a little bit when we say like, "Oh, we would never fall for anything like
Yes.
this." Right?
I agree, like I both agree with this person to a certain degree, but also think it is important to realize, like I think that completely dismissing this is obviously like unfair and untrue. Um but and again, like you were saying, I think the type of scam would just be different. Like this is the scam for a rich person. But yeah, like we were saying, there are just different scams that would have worked differently.
Right. Yeah, like the people who targeted her are probably not gonna target anyone here for $50,000,
Yeah.
right?
I mean,
But
we wouldn't have it, first of all,
right,
but
right. They're identifying their marks, and this is like a high tier
yeah.
scam operation with multiple different actors playing different roles. So,
Yeah.
like, no, they're not gonna target someone that they don't think has $50,000 to give away, but they might target some of us for $5,000, for a few $100. Like, they're different strategies for different people.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, so I agree that this comment is a banger, but also but simultaneously I do think it is unfair. Um but yeah.
Cassie Goes Queerly says, "My one experience with being confronted on the phone led to me saying loudly, 'I am hanging up now,' and then doing it. I pray that is my default if I am ever in this position." Um, the hit the bricks reminder is perennial. You
Yep.
don't even have to say I'm hanging up now. You can just hang up. They called you.
Hit the bricks, pal. You're done.
Get out of there. Leave the room. Ask if you're free to go. Ask to see your lawyer. If it's a cop situation, hang up the damn phone.
Um just while I'm here, to goofs, just goofs that are good. I need my iPad back. I need to see if I can fix it. The 50K scammer story is a great lesson in why fiat is doomed. Put your money in blockchain, folks. That's why I hold everything in safe and secure NFTs.
That's perfect. That's like the big brained. I'll never be scammed. This is
My
about
apes.
investing in
Oh no, all
yeah.
my apes gone.
Well, that goes back to another video by Folding Ideas about the GameStop scam.
Yeah,
Like,
that stuff is like less scam and I mean, there's definitely scam parts of it, but it feels like cult. That shit is wild.
yeah, it's like MLM doomsday cult shit.
Me
Yeah.
and Megan have a single stock in GameStop because
Oh, I hope it turns around.
a relative bought us one.
When all that shit was going down, or
Yeah, we just got in the mail. We got a thing from GameStop, and it was a single stock, and we're like,
oh my
"What?"
god, the proud
I
owners of 2 cents.
well, the thing is, it's like, I mean, that part of it is there was some truth to it. Like there actually was a thing that happened, and
Mhm.
the insanity was that it was going to continue more and more and more and more into like it to the point of like destroying the entire economy. Like,
Right, and that's what they're still, like, praying for, like, because that's the only way that most of their investments will ever make any sense,
yeah,
um, and they have to basically recruit people into their downline to make that happen and have them buy stonks, but,
yep,
like, that's the kinda scam that somebody like me could fall for because it's like, "Oh, I wanna get even with the system,
yep.
man, I found an exploit. I'm so much smarter than everybody else." But then meanwhile, like 2 million other of the most annoying dudes are doing the exact same thing. So,
The day I put $50,000 in a jacket and put the jacket on a kangaroo, and now he's hopping away.
no.
From the movie Kangaroo Jack. And just to, I never thought where'd it go? I never thought I was the kind of person to fall for a scam, and then I found myself agreeing to take over the spice mining operations on the desert planet Arrakis. Anyway, just while we were there, I thought I'd throw some of the dumb jokes I found.
Yeah. River Hexus says there's a lot of scammers on Lex selling tickets that I think relies on people trusting other queer people. That's good to
Yeah,
know
yeah, that
because I've
makes a
tried
lot
to
of
sell
sense.
tickets on Lex before. It's
Yeah.
legitimate. So, yeah. Sugar baby scams, Gavin just mentioned. Yep. That's another huge. Somebody needs to take advantage of the civilian cis girls who have never done sex work who think that they're going to make $1 million selling their panties without doing any work. Like those
Oh, I'm
girls.
sure that's already got to be a thing, right?
There's got to be somebody needs to scam them because there's just a lot of people who believe that and they're
Oh,
sitting ducks.
speaking of which, and in the discourse around that, I did also see people saying that you should be careful if somebody send a common scam is for people to send you money on Venmo and then you send it back, and then I think they like cancel the original transaction.
Mm,
So if somebody randomly sends you money on Venmo and then it's like I sent it to you
keep it.
accidentally, right? Don't spend it because it's probably going to get canceled. But apparently,
Mhm.
the Venmo website used to even say you can just send it back on their
Mm.
like on the official tips for Venmo. But yeah, they
But then so many people accidentally gave money to Sean Spicer for their abortion that then it got all fucked up.
yeah. So apparently, you should not send the money back. So that was a random thing that I read.
That's just a good principle in general. Don't give people the money back. Your work overpay you, don't tell them. Don't self-snitch.
All
People who
right.
saw that know you didn't.
Um, Baron Harkonnen, I guess, is how Baron Harkonnen called me and said he had my last four social. I'd be scared too.
Wait, who's Baron Harkonnen?
He's from Dune.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't pay a lot of attention during Dune because I was so thirsty.
Thirsty for water or for the twink?
I don't like Timothy Chalamet.
You don't like him?
I'm gonna go here on record. Timothy Chalamet is like if a twink was evil. I don't like him. I don't think he's cute. I don't even want to beat him up because that's still an approach motivate. He disgusts me. I want to flush him in the toilet.
Really? He was a
Yeah.
gamer. He was a
Well, what does he
gamer.
play?
He fucking had a YouTube channel that where he was showing off modded 360 controllers. I think it was from that era. Like he was like creating 360 controller, like modded 360 controllers and showing them off on YouTube. He's got real ass fucking gamer cred.
Just like Henry Cavill,
Yeah.
who I do like him, but no, I don't. He's not attractive to me. It's like people want me to like Timothy Chalamet, and I refuse on principle. And like he was so unsexy in Call Me by Your Name. We'll put the age discourse aside for a second here.
I didn't
Him just
actually see
crawling
that, so
he just like slithers all over Army Hammered like a little ferret. Like it's not, and just like bites his
see,
ear.
this is
Like
getting me horny when you describe it that way. I don't know what is wrong with you. I thought you were a furry. Come on.
there's something wrong about it. It's just not right. It's like did you ever see We Need to Talk About Kevin with Ezra Miller?
I'm familiar with it. I've seen like the clip of it. I never actually watched it.
They're like very disgusting in that movie. Like just like
Yeah,
lots of close-ups of them eating their nails and putting it in peanut butter and stuff. Like it's like that's how I feel about Timothy Chalamet. Not that I think Timothy Chalamet is like a kidnapping evil person,
right.
like real life Ezra Miller. But he's just he needs to be hosed off. I don't know.
uh, and yeah, I do. Photo mentioned Baron Harkonnen being a terrifying, effeminate villain. I don't know how I actually feel about it. It is weird. I don't know if we have time to get into it. It feels like maybe not a great. It's very much a like. I'm curious. I'd be curious if you had opinions, Photo, but I don't know. It is a Baron Harkonnen specifically is like a. I mean, he's definitely in a giant fat suit, and that's not great. So
yeah, that's always bad. Have you seen Jabba the Hutt's gay brother? You know what?
No, what is that?
It's on the animated Clone Wars. It's either his brother or cousin.
Oh, what? He's canon?
Yeah, this is canon. He's a character, and he has a lisp like Truman Capote. Yes, there he is.
Oh my god,
Zero
we're
the
getting
Hutt.
so
Oh, it's his
off.
uncle. It's his gay uncle. Now he is a serve. He has like little makeup.
What is it, Kronos 327?
My mission to the 12th moon of Yout has failed.
Look at the little feathers!
All these years,
I know. A little
most
cigarette or
trusted
whatever.
of assassins has finally failed.
Oh, Zero the Hutt, master of the Hutt clan on 7 systems.
I know. Take him away and use him for spare parts.
He looks like he's supposed to be played by Divine, right? Like it's so fucking Divine coded.
Yes, it's Divine meets Truman Capote. I stand, frankly.
Six Word Story. Eric says, "Damn, I was hoping you would still talk like Java, but with a lisp. Why doesn't he speak Huttese? Why does he speak Common and not Huttese? He's just more educated, I guess."
Yes, yeah, you know those effete liberal homosexual uncles. You know, he's more cosmopolitan.
He's more galactic.
Right. Yeah. So.
Basic. Yes, thank you. Not common. Basic.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway. Let's talk about an actually gross person.
Yes, Photomat
of
Automatic.
And this is definitely piss course.
This is many layers of piss course. Let me open up the most recent inciting incident. Here we go. So, Tumblr historians that are here who want to contribute to this conversation, your input will be much appreciated, but I can still kind of give you a little bit.
I think there's so many details. I would be very unsurprised if people have a lot of little tiny details that we don't know, because there's a ton of details.
Yes. Yeah. So
This
I think
fucking
especially
tweet.
it's so bad. Like this man is gonna get sued for this. Like the company's gonna get gutted for this. Like it's
God, we can only hope.
But so this is Photomat. This is the CEO of Tumblr. Though he did tweet this the other day at a trans woman that he had removed from the platform while he's on a 3-month sabbatical. With some insiders at the company saying he had been behaving very erratically. We'll look at a Tumblr from a former staff member in a little bit here that he was getting really drunk at company events and needing to be babysat and was not handling the stress of running the company well. There's DMs. He sent DMs to like 17-year-olds on Tumblr who were making fun of Tumblr's like item shop.
What the fuck?
And he was like, well, what do you think we should do to make money? I'm just trying to turn this company around. I need help. Like,
what the
like,
fuck?
yeah. I can actually show that one right now if we want to.
Yeah, I'm just realizing you can't actually see it, but I've put this picture of somebody saying, "Wow, base," next to this picture.
Oh, wow.
I'm just, like saying all these fucking usernames because this is so like so fucking based. Come on, Irish big cock girl, burger foot job, cat girl hairball, musk mommy.
Each one is better than the last. Like
no.
I know these names better than the names of my best friends, etc. So we'll get back into that, but just to give you a sense of like, and we will go back in the trajectory in a second, in the timeline, but just to give you a sense of like, this is why Photomat was put on sabbatical, or encouraged to take his sabbatical, because he was doing shit like this. So this is from Tumblr user Meow Moment. Remembering the time I made an innocuous comment when tipping was introduced, so you could tip people's blogs for a while, send them a couple bucks.
Can you
About
not
how
do
Tumblr
that
would,
anymore?
I don't know. Maybe. I think maybe you still can. About how Tumblr would never be monetizable, and Photoshat himself came into my 17-year-old DMs going, "I hope you don't mean that. That really hurts to hear you say." So here's his message.
What the fuck, man?
I saw you mention Tumblr will never be monetizable. I really hope not, because I'd like Tumblr to be around and vibrant for many years to come. We're listening to as many people as possible in the community and trying to iterate. Dude, are you the real deal? I'm actual staff. Thank you for the feedback. Any suggestions for things we could change to keep the site running? I don't know, man. I'm 17. I'm not an expert in this. And then this. I wish we were working fine, frowny face. We have to figure out how to
so weird. This is almost, it feels like almost as weird as if he was like hitting on her. Like it feels weird.
This is DashCon. Like this is literally when they locked all the 17-year-olds up at DashCon and told them we need $3,000 right now or the con has to end. And then a bunch of teenagers had to fund the event because they were like being held hostage. So weird. You know that meme where it's like it looks like an older like Zen like guy with a beard who's like, that's scary. I don't know. Like,
wait.
You know what I'm talking about?
I don't. That's scary. I don't know.
That's scary. I don't know. Yeah, let's see if it. Yeah, there it is. Like, this is the CEO.
That's scary. I don't know. What is this? Okay, this is my dad always sneezes at least twice in a row, and I think I inherited the same volume of sneeze condensed into one because of firing shotgun blasts out of my nostrils. One time I asked my doctor if I should be concerned that sometimes I sneeze so hard that my left arm goes numb, and she left the room for 5 minutes before coming back like, that's scary. I don't know.
something about this meme like breaks my heart because it's so pathetic. Like it's like you can't have any faith in authority. Like they're scared too. Like it's so affecting. So this is literally Photomat going into a 17-year-old's DMs saying he doesn't know how to fundraise for his website.
Oh my god.
So that's kind of what we're dealing with like this guy's professionalism and mental state when all of this shit is going down. But
Since we have
to
this
back
back up, before we go on, tag yourself in the chat. I saw people started
yes.
to do that, and I need everyone to stop what you're doing and tag yourself.
Oh yeah, who are you, Maddie?
Let's look at this. Burger Foot Joe is really good, and
That one's
all I
awful.
can
I
think of
that
is
one.
number 9 or number 15, Burger King foot lettuce. Do you know what I'm talking about? You wouldn't want foot fungus in your Burger King burger, but that's might be what you get.
Ew, no. Oh, I hate burger is so gross to me. Like the word burger. Oh my god, I hate this. I think I would be sapiosexual breeder. I don't
You
know.
fucking would be. I knew it. I could have called it.
A lot of these are very cool, but I had to keep it 100.
What is bread
For
strogan? Bread strogan.
breadstrogen,
Oh,
like estrogen, but bread.
Oh man, that's really
Breadstrogen.
strong.
Yeah. Yeah, that was one of their like last accounts that got banned, or like Predstrogen was another one. That's what
Really?
most people call her by. I feel like is Predstrogen or Breadstrogen.
Yeah.
um, wait, Sev said Devin watching Titanic and getting very upset near the middle. Wait, why? I don't get it.
I've
How's
never
that
I've
anti-sexual?
I've never actually seen I've never actually seen Titanic, which seems wild.
What? It's
Yeah.
good.
Is it?
I like.
All I know is the walls full of the DVDs in Blockbuster when it came out. I have very specific memories of that.
Mm,
But anyway, thanks for tagging yourself. We got
yes.
Cum Spangler, Shower Sharts, Irish Big Cock Girl, even though I'm trans mask, which is you know yourself.
Yes.
Cat Girl Ball Sack.
Furryvore Burps is pretty good. I like that one.
Yeah.
That one's unexpected. They're all good.
Ugh.
So okay. So the backstory here is the last couple of years. Tumblr's always had a moderation problem, as most social media platforms do, of not censoring out enough Nazi content or TERF content. That's why we have the plugin Shinigami Eyes, which I assume you know about that one.
Yeah, I don't use it, but I'm familiar with it. It is a list of it changes usernames if they are transphobic.
Right. It flags people's usernames. Unfortunately, it's also been co-opted and used to get a lot of trans women flagged as TERFs now too. So it's not really useful anymore, but it was created because there was such bad moderation on Tumblr, especially regarding trans issues, racial justice issues, white supremacy, and stuff like that. And so people had their own just block lists and stuff that they were circulating. So that's the deep lore. That's always been a problem. Not too surprising. But things in the last couple of years have, as soon as Tumblr went under the ownership of Automatic, which also owns WordPress, there started being a problem with anybody who criticized staff started sometimes having their account just totally disappeared. That was kind of a new development under this leadership, from what I understand, or certainly on the scope that it is now. A lot of staff members have individual Tumblr blogs that they would post updates about, and people would sometimes come to those posts and say, "Hey, why aren't you fixing this thing? Why aren't you addressing Nazis on the platform?" And complain, about things that in their perception staff was failing to do, and then a lot of those people would get banned. Or even just posting, sometimes without even tagging anyone, commentary on ways in which staff was failing to handle hate speech on the platform. Sometimes you would just get straight up banned for that. Um, so that's been in the water for a while now. People every now and then, just beloved figures on the platform, usually trans women, would get just suddenly disappeared for like no clear reason.
Yeah.
Um, and sometimes it would have to do with a bad faith actor on the site accusing somebody of being a predator or something like that. But a lot of times it was also just the person was criticizing Tumblr staff, and so they were outed. Um, so then enter our
Is
friend Breadstrogen.
Automatic at
Mhm.
with Matt in it from Photomat? Is that what that name is?
I don't know because he is not the CEO of WordPress or anything else. He's only the CEO of Tumblr. So,
Oh, right. And Automatic owns WordPress, right?
right.
Okay.
So I'm not sure. Hold on, let me look up Automatic founder. Matt Mullenweg.
Oh,
Is
so
that
just maybe a different Matt? I think that's him.
Yeah, okay. So he might just be currently only CEO of Tumblr because that was like his baby that he got really kind of invested in, and maybe because his leadership sucks and they don't want him leading other ones. I don't know, but
Yeah.
yeah. So that is it. So another recent development on the platform related to all this stuff is that some trans women's just like transition timelines are being taken down for being porn. Um, just completely non-sexual images of just like a girl in an outfit, just taken down as porn.
Right.
This has happened before. Fat people on the platform definitely have to worry about this too, for example. But it seems like it comes in waves where it happens more than others, and there's clearly like there's a moderator like Slack channel where they will take specific tickets that they want to work on and talk about and things like that. So it's not like this is all like the algorithm banning people. A
Right.
lot of times it is a person stepping in behind the scenes and making a judgment call.
Yeah.
Um, and that includes Photomat himself, using some of these tools against users. And that's where we really get into the specific person that he sent this message to, Rita on Mad Hops on Twitter, but Breadstrogen. Um, and I don't know the full context. Like, Photomat has accused her of all kinds of shit. Like, he says that by criticizing how Tumblr was running the platform, that he was sending him threats, that like she was violating terms of service and all this stuff. She's also a sex worker, and so she's also had just really hard, like heavy moderation against anything that she posts. Again, selfies that anybody else could post that would not be considered porn, right?
Yeah.
But because she's a sex worker, and it's not even like it's like solicitation, it's not even like it's advertising her like OnlyFans or something like that. It's totally just out and out whorephobia of just you're a sex worker posting nudes on the platform.
Yeah, I think
Um,
that particular post on Twitter, because that's on fucking Twitter,
mhm,
is in response to a selfie of hers that is just like a normal selfie, um,
mhm.
and where she was like, since I can't post this on Tumblr, and he's like, oh, why you lying? And like him saying that, you know, like, yeah, he's like, when will you be honest with your followers that the repeated adult content violations were not pictures like this, but likely ones of your other accounts? And again, all of the, I don't know if we mentioned this, these were mostly just like empty accounts that she had
Right.
just made to squat. Like, clearly they were just like, fucking, she thought of a funny username and wanted to steal it. Like,
Mhm.
So
Yeah. So he bans her outright from the platform for supposedly repeated adult content violations. Yet he also claims that it's for her having harassed him.
right.
Citation needed. So then she goes to and there's a big, backlash on Tumblr because she has lots of mutuals and friends, and we've seen this being a repeated trend on there. So people are complaining about it online. Some of those people get banned for complaining about it on Tumblr. Um, and that all gets messy with sometimes people sending hate messages to the wrong staff members because there are trans people on Tumblr staff that are like, we don't like this either, that are trying to resist it. So
And
that's a
again,
whole mess.
yeah, and nobody should be, like it doesn't. I don't think it's really helpful to send those kinds of hate messages anyway. Like that's but that's just the way it works online. Unfortunately, is
Right.
death threats and shit.
Yeah. So there's a little bit of that happening, but just as much anybody who criticizes staff policies, and this again has been going on for like at least a year, sometimes those people just immediately disappear. People have created blogs for posting screenshots of things that Matt has posted and then deleted, or tweets of his. Some of those accounts have gotten banned. Obviously, there's no terms of service violations happening there.
Right.
You're not threatening anyone by just showing tweets that he himself posted and then deleted.
When did she write the thing about hammers? Was this before or after this?
I don't know.
Oh, do you know
About
what I'm
hammers?
talking? Oh, do you not know about this? Okay, so the big thing that I saw was there was a quote, and I don't have it, but there was a quote that was like, she said, "I I want you to I hope your car explodes and it's covered in hammers and the hammers like explode everywhere or something." Oh, we got to
Oh,
find this
yeah.
this this
Because he said
specific.
this was like a threat, that he felt like threatened.
Right. And it was explicitly like a blah, fuck you. I'm so annoyed. It was like, and he literally called it like said that he needed to report, like, oh, we have to report threats and terrorism or something. And it was like
Yeah.
clearly, specifically, it said like, I hope your car is full of hammers, and it just was so clearly a like uh exaggeration.
Mhm. Yeah, he's being a total self-victimizing titty baby. Yeah, that was one of the yeah, just any kind of small criticism or very cartoonish critique, he's like, "I'm being threatened." And then but meanwhile, he is following her onto other platforms because this was on Twitter where she was just venting
Yeah.
about being deleted, right? And that he comes out here and lists all of her account names, many of which, as you said, were total placeholders. So he's lying here, like, and he's obviously lying because he's like the repeated adult content violations were likely ones on your other accounts. So he knows he
Right.
doesn't actually have any smoking guns on these accounts. And he's
Right.
doxing her basically here by listing all of her other account names.
Right. Yeah, that's wild that you can just like be like, "Oh, here's all your fucking alts." Like, yeah. Just real like what is wrong with your brain? Like why are you what has happened that makes you think that this is what you need to do? Um
Yeah.
yeah, the thin skinnedness um is just absolutely mind-boggling.
Yeah. It's bad. Um this is the most like Elon Musk Twitter Tumblr has ever felt,
Yeah.
you know. Like
He's also
even
I
worse than the porn man.
Yeah, he also I will also say I'm pretty sure I've seen people talk about how this guy's like a Zionist, and I think he's posted anti-trans stuff or like liked anti-trans stuff on Twitter. I feel like I've seen some before this. I've seen some people be like, "Oh, he's got some weird shit that he's posted too," but I don't.
He just
That was
posted on his Oh, sorry, go ahead.
yeah. I was just gonna say that was happened long enough ago that I don't remember specifically.
He just in the middle of all this, like a day or 2 ago, posted on his Tumblr, like, "Just so everybody's clear, I support trans rights. I will always use whatever somebody's pronouns and name are. I believe in the right of adults. to do whatever they want with their bodies, which that's a little, once you're seeing adults. But like, he had like a whole bullet point list of like, oh, here's all the whatever, things I like. I'm totally not transphobic, guys, but like, so I don't think he's like outright. I don't think he believes in like turf ideology or anything like that. But
Right.
like, what he's doing is so clearly that like seeing any criticism from a trans woman as inherently more like violent and threatening, and anything that she does as more sexual.
Yep.
Like, it doesn't matter if you say you'll use people's pronouns, dude. Like,
Which he didn't. I'm pretty sure that was part of it. Is he was they theming her.
I'm sure he was. Yeah.
Yeah, that was part of it too, where he was like acknowledging she was a trans woman and then repeatedly they theming her.
Classic. Yep.
Right.
And so he's just continued to basically spiral since then, posting things on both Tumblr and Twitter and then deleting them, um, digging, automatic potentially into a deeper and deeper hole.
Yeah, it seems like hopefully that should be illegal to to be posting people's personal like the reason he knows those other accounts is because he's like the owner and can fucking find that stuff like
Right.
yeah, she says here I asked the CEO why he was letting pedos and racists on here if he was making trans women suffer, and he immediately got my blog terminated. Then my BF Leo, Leo asked me why, and me and other black users were also being targeted, and he got terminated. So if you could let our fellow mutuals know, I'd be happy. But it's not a big deal. Yeah. So.
I mean, I've honestly, this stuff was happening so like mysteriously and randomly that like I've been afraid to reblog things criticizing Tumblr staff for like months, like because I would just see this stuff kind of happen.
Yeah.
And now it's just really like, and he's supposed to be on sabbatical, so he's supposed to not even be posting, and he's still like logging into the system to like do shit. Like it's scary.
It really does feel like having control over a website is just is bad for your brain. Like people just have they just get mod disease and they just go what I was saying this to you and I really want to find out more. If someone has what is this? Is it low tax? Low tax. I would love to if some
guy.
Yeah, a lot of people have compared this guy and Elon and even the Reddit. I think Steve Huffman, is that who it was, that when Reddit was having all that stuff that we talked about on the show as it was happening, like it feels like you just get this if anybody has a full breakdown of low tax's whole story, I would love to read it because I've heard a lot of like kind of people mentioning it in context with this, but I don't know that whole story. And it just it just seems like it just breaks like you just get brain disease from it.
It's so fucked. Like, and it is interesting because I think like Cassie is saying in the chat, like some of it is like this martyr complex that you get where there's a lot of unpaid labor. I mean, not for him, he's worth $400 million, so let's not fucking cry for Photomat, right? But like,
right,
you're up at all hours putting out fires, responding to things. Often it's a kind of thankless task. When you're on the lower levels of moderating jobs, like you might be seeing literally like gory shit and having to deal with it all the time.
Yeah, that
so
shit is really fucked up.
Yeah, and so that can fuck people up and make them feel resentful. And there's also just like that phenomenon in fandom spaces, the like fandom mommy thing dynamic.
Vaguely.
Maddie?
Yeah, like I've heard of that, but I've never been in fandom enough to see it. Like I'm familiar with that term, but don't know specifics about what that's actually like.
Like someone who thinks of themselves as this like benevolent figure who's taking care of everybody in the fandom, but or in the movement and like in the group or whatever, and like, but people didn't even ask to be like mothered like that. That like again, that like kind of self martyrdom thing. Like I think there's elements of that kind of stuff in there of like feeling like you're above everyone as a
Yeah.
way to like assert control. And I think there's also like there's this blurring of like, you know, if somebody leaves a shitty comment on something I've written, I can delete that. But if
Yeah.
I could do that for the whole internet, that would be bad. Even though I'm right and just and everything, and
Yeah,
never made a mistake ever.
it does really feel like a real microcosm of power, like power corrupts. Like it feels like you just have such complete control over this one specific thing. Yeah, Devin turns off all comments on the internet.
Oh, I wish. We're not talking anymore.
It's like fucking Ready Player One where they turn off the internet on weekends or something stupid.
Mhm.
God, that's such a bad book.
God, that shit's so dumb.
Yeah. It feels like it does really break your brain.
Yeah, I don't think that's a level of power anybody should have because like the same instinct that's like, oh, if somebody's bothering you, or even if they just annoy you, you can block them and not worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
When it's just a personal thing, that's fine, that's great. But if you can suddenly do that to anybody who's a hassle for you and you have power, it's really gets really fucked up right away.
Yeah. Again, it's really it really, I mean, I think we've talked a lot about social media, and it really comes down to moderation being the huge crux of it and how we don't have a good system for it. And a lot of it being because it's not like I honestly think that this person is right. I don't think that Tumblr is able to be profitable. Like and
And
this
it
stuff,
shouldn't have to be. Like
right,
the profit
right.
motive fucks it up. Yeah.
Right. It's not a thing you can do under capitalism. It just, but that's not, that doesn't really change things now. And yeah,
Yeah. It reminds me in some ways of like some of the conversations happening around Substack.
yeah,
Because Substack has also rightly been criticized for not moderating heavily. Like Jesse Single is on that platform, Glinner's on that platform, right? Like their policy is generally not to delete almost any content. Um,
right,
and then everyone says, "Oh, well, we need to leave Substack and go to an alternative like Ghost." And Ghost has no moderation, period. Like they have
yeah,
less moderation than Substack does. So it was always really weird to me how people are saying, I'm leaving Substack because there's Nazis or there's the possibility of Nazi content not being taken down.
right,
I'm going to go to the equivalent of like WordPress. WordPress doesn't delete anything. There's Nazis on WordPress. Like
right,
when there's no moderation, that's not better, but you don't have someone to point to. Um, but it is less social. So some of that content, that Nazi content's less discoverable, right?
yeah,
So all the models we're working with right now are really fucked.
yeah. And it's all going to get worse with AI and bullshit being so much easier to generate. you know, it's just going to get, assumedly, if AI continues the way it has been, it's just going to get easier and easier to just create so much, like endless amounts of bullshit, that it's just going to make it harder and harder to moderate anything.
Right. Yeah. The amount, like, there's already too much to keep up with. And
Right.
then we have algorithms that are very blunt and take out a lot of the wrong content. And then humans who also do that. Like, I wonder how long it's going to take before some of these sites just become like fallow grounds where like bots are just fighting with bots and there's
Yep.
no there's no humans there. There's just spam bots posting garbage and then there's algorithm like cleaning bots, deleting them, and there's almost no humans left.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's really upsetting the way that you when you Google stuff now, so much of it is AI generated shit that is not that is so much less trustworthy, both
Yeah.
both information and images, and yeah, it's bad.
Yeah. Everybody knows shit's
Everybody knows
fucked.
shit's fucked.
So this is the one time I've really felt with all this shit going down this week where I'm like, maybe I have to go to co-host, man.
Co-host
Maybe
is
I gotta
great,
do it.
and
I
they're
like
run by
co-host.
socialists that seem really cool. The it's the only question with co-host is whether it's financially viable, which of course.
No.
But
Yeah.
I like their model of very much it is just donation based, and they're never going to they're never going to, like, co-host seems to me to be the most ethical, like the only ethical fucking social media, where it's just they're never going to take your data, they're never going to they've vowed never to do that stuff, and it's just a small group of very clearly very socialist, like very anti-capitalist people, and hopefully they can survive on donations is their plan, and they have a lot of big ideas for how they can do that. So co-host is great. I find it I don't use it a lot, mostly just because there's not a ton of content on it, but the content that's there has like a hit rate that is like way better than any other social media that I've used.
Yes. Yeah, when I hop onto co-host, I sometimes get the sensation I got when I first made a Tumblr in 2011 of like, what is this? Oh, why are you talking about this thing in so much detail? I love this. Like there's just like, yeah, it feels like a little quiet space where people are really going in depth about some weird shit.
Yep.
Um,
And
and
there's fun
that,
things like you can actually use like HTML. You can like do coding in the posts, and you can
oh
actually
shit.
embed stuff. Like it's the only place where I feel like you can just properly embed stuff properly, and it doesn't try to not let you do that. So they don't host video, but they don't need to, because you can literally just straight up embed YouTube into your fucking post.
Oh, that's sick.
Co-host is great. I really I don't use it enough, but every time I do, I see something really cool.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna start putting a little bit more energy
You would probably
into
do well. I think
co-host.
you would do well,
Yeah.
especially if you could find some good. If you have a co-host, do you have one? Can we I think I'm
Um,
just I think I'm
yeah,
just
let me
test
see what my
device.
login is. I think mine's probably just Dr. Devin Price right now. I'll probably make a furry one too, if I can have multiple accounts like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just at Dr. Devin Price. Yeah, for now.
Yeah, mine is just test device. Follow us on there. Send us people to follow.
Yeah.
Because it is good. It is good.
I love the donation model, and I think there is a way to make that kind of thing work for like just staying alive, not
Yeah.
being a huge growing company, but
Yeah, because that's the biggest thing, is that anything that's successful needs to, it all cashes in on fucking, angel investors and all of that fucking money, and they need to grow exponentially. Like, so co-host's model is just to not grow, they have like fucking 4 or 5 developers, and their plan is to like not, they're not trying to become the next fucking Meta. They just are like, we just want to build what we're doing and make as little as make enough to fucking keep the servers running.
yeah, that's beautiful. Like,
yeah, it's
lifestyle companies, as it used to be called. Yeah.
It's wild that like that's what capitalism does. It demands everything has this infinite growth that is not sustainable. It's like why do we need fucking, you know, like we've talked about on here before, why do we need our fucking slow cookers to like company to like have infinite growth? Like it can't.
Right.
It's like you only need so many slow cookers. And now they fucking are out of business because, you know, they can't fucking have a subscription model on your fucking slow cooker and have infinite growth.
Yeah. Subscription packs for your juice
Yeah, exactly.
and shit. Yeah, why can't we just be content with what we have? Like,
It doesn't need.
shit.
Yeah.
Why can't we cherish what we fucking have too? I've been thinking about that a lot under capitalism. Like we never just fucking
Yeah.
appreciate what we've got. So, yeah. So if anybody's on co-host, hit me up. Show me
That's
the good
good.
posts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely need help. Blue Sky is also is open now. You don't need an invite anymore. It's fine. Co-host definitely has the same problem where they're just like, oh well, we don't want to do moderation. We just want to have like mute lists, and so it's like, hypothetically someday they want to do the same. They want to have it be federated, just the same way that Mastodon is, which I still think is not a bad idea, but definitely better than, you know. And I also found, I don't know if I ever said this, I found out that Jack doesn't actually own, he's actually not involved anymore. I think he still is on the board or something, but I think he was one of the people that started it, but I think he might still be like have a stake in it, but he's not like active in the like people that are running it. So that's good because he's a dumbass and a piece of shit.
Yeah, he was just starting another thing up and flipping it, I guess.
Yeah, I'm at Test Device on Blue Sky, and I also like that better than Twitter, but I also don't have any good follows, so send me the good follows on there.
Yes.
So posting. Do we have anything else there, or should we get to gaming?
I think that's it. I think those are the big notes. Let me just double check the chat and see if anybody else shared anything about this whole fracas. Yeah, I think we're good to be citizen sleepy.
That is me. That is my life.
Sleepy Town citizen.
So yeah, most of you probably have been following this, but we've been playing Citizen Sleeper. I think this is the third stream, and hopefully we're gonna finish this up today.
Hell yeah. And if you haven't watched our previous streams of this game, it's been really good so far. Definitely check it out or play it yourself. I think we've both been really impressed so far with how its whole deal.
Yeah, it's really really good. I'm definitely going to be trying to get some other endings. Oh, and Citizen Sleeper 2 is announced. That's cool. I don't remember if we saw that.
No.
I don't remember that. That's cool. All right. Can you how's your do you think you can read or you'll be able to read okay?
I think so.
Okay.
I'll let you know if it gets fuzzy.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to fill my water bottle really quick.
Sure.
Should I throw us on hold?
Sure. Yeah, I could.
All right. Video James time.
Yes.
So it's been 2 weeks now. So let's see. Where are we at? I feel like I don't remember what we were trying to do.
We were trying to get a ship mined,
Yes.
potentially, to help us escape. That was one potential goal that we were working towards.
Yep. The Ort Fabricator. We have 2 ship mine fragments. We're so close.
Okay. Yes. Okay. I forgot about that.
But we don't.
But we have no lead, really, right?
I think so. Yeah. I think we have. I don't think we have any leads on how to get one. I think we're kind of thinking. I guess opening up things, new things, was really our only thought.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we are starving, so we
yeah.
definitely got to get some
Oh,
food.
shit. Yeah. We gotta get some Vickies.
Yeah, we have like no money because we used it all on 2 ship mine fragments.
Right.
Did we
And
buy
we don't
those?
have a job anymore either.
Yeah. I think we bought those, right?
Yeah, because we got and we failed to negotiate a better price on them just because we don't have the stats for it.
Right, but we could only buy 2 of them even if we had the money.
Right. So yes, we did that. And our job is gone also, so
Oh yeah, we have that guy, we have that fucker who's the cop.
mm-hmm.
Yep, Ethan's tab is building up. So Ethan, the fucker bounty hunter, caught us and was basically like, why don't I just hang around at this bar and then you pay off my tab when I decide. And so we don't have any, that will be, we have 4 cycle clocks that has not gotten any bigger, so we have no idea when that will come due and how much it'll cost.
Right.
But we were also working towards getting Fang. We're waiting for. We installed a Ripper worm in Havanage's systems. That is, and Fang in return is supposed to get a hunter off of our. Basically, like. It sounded like he was gonna. We're able to be tracked right now, and so he was going to get that off of our back.
When we're in the little hacking world, whatever that's called.
Well, no, because that was different. Because that was the hunter, and
that's not who he's getting off our back.
I think it's different because we don't really know, but I thought because. When we were in our, like, the empty container had a clock that said hunted. And then when that was up, Ethan got there and was like, you know, times, like, I'm going to take you in. And so I was thinking that the hunting that Fang was talking about was the way Ethan was tracking us. Because as of now, if we escape here, Ethan will just know where we're going.
Right.
So
that makes sense. So
this hunter, we have another thing that we were doing, which was we were talking to
Neovend.
Yeah, not this.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sealed dock. Yep. So we talked to Neovend, who wants who is a sentient AI who is hiding in a vending machine and needs a ship mined to like escape into. And yeah, I guess we were hoping Neovend was going to be able to get the hunter off of our back, but I guess they didn't, did they?
No, not so far. But they did give us some good kind of lore about where it came from. And
yeah, and we were hoping that the ship mind, that if we get a ship mind, we can get Neovend in it and also maybe use it for the ambergris
Mhm.
because she also needs a ship mind. Although we can't actually give that to her yet.
Yeah, I think because her ship still needs repairs, maybe.
Right. So we still need to
Yeah.
fix that ship up.
Yes. But almost none of these things have money
Yes.
for us.
Yeah, we do. We
So
don't
that's
have an
tough.
actual.
And have we done any of this? Or no, we
Yeah.
just like unlocked. Yeah, we did.
Yes, we did some. We did enough in the shipyard to basically get in on the shipyard stuff. And so, yes, the sidereal horizon is assembled block by block. You earned a place on the teams welding those blocks together.
So maybe now we'll start getting paid if we do these. Do we know or no?
Yeah,
I mean, I guess we don't know.
Yeah, I think we don't know, but it is hopefully that was our hope in doing this, was that maybe we would get a ship mind, but also hopefully we would be able to make money off this.
Right.
Because we didn't have a job. So we have two things we can do here. To maybe hopefully make money. But we don't know. And this also could get us on to the sidereal horizon, which is another escape.
Right. So, yeah. So some of our other things that I know we talked about last time was going into the apartments on the lower end or whatever, because we haven't really done anything to progress that. That's purely, I think, at this point, just exploratory more than anything. Though I think playing dice is also an option, a way to potentially make money and get to know people in the low end better.
Yes.
But we don't know. We haven't tried it, so.
Yeah, and we could lose money that way too.
We could lose money. Yeah. So.
As far as plot lines, we also have Sabine's apartment and plot line. And they wanted us to get Yadigan data, who is the mob, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But we still can get stabilizer.
Right.
We don't have the money for it. Yeah. So we basically just have a bunch of stuff. We really went all in, hoping that we were gonna kind of like some things were kind of gonna fall in place, and they didn't quite. They just barely didn't.
Yeah. So now we're kind of, there's a few different things that are a gamble, whether it's worth investing the time into advancing that plot line, basically.
Right.
Or also, is this going to get us at least some money and allow us to move other plots forward?
Yeah. I do think working on the sidereal horizon, I think that's our best bet for money, because we're going to need, we need to eat every day, and we're going to need stabilizer. Hopefully, if we don't like die before then, we'll probably need some stabilizer. So, before anything else, let's get some food. I think we can only afford rations.
Some little peanuts.
So let's get some rations. I'm worried we're still not going to be doing great even after this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're okay, and we do not have enough money for rations tomorrow.
Oh my god. Ooh, yeah, so I guess we should try and do some of that work and see.
Yeah, I think we got to focus on money. We might be able to sell a ship mine fragment somewhere. Oh yeah, we can. We don't know for how much. We can sell our ship mine fragments. So that's,
Okay.
I mean, that feels bad, because I worry that we're going to buy them for the same or less than we bought it for. But I think if it's
Yeah.
that or die, I think that's what we're gonna have to do.
True. Yes.
But hopefully it doesn't get to that point.
Hopefully not. Yeah, hopefully maybe once, like, maybe in the next day, Fang's clock will advance and maybe some of this stuff will move forward, but yeah.
Yeah. We only have one more day for Fang, so I think that's a great idea, is just not, maybe just see where that takes us, because we've put a lot of effort into this and gotten no return yet. So
Yeah.
I think that's a good place to kind of see what happens there.
Yeah, I think so. Hopefully.
So you want
With
to
all
see
that flirting he's been doing, he better.
I know. So what do you so do we want to see if these will get us money?
Yeah, let's try it.
Okay,
Looks like
maybe
they're both safe, so we're not gonna die from doing them.
yes. So maybe we've got decent dice. So maybe we put a 6 and a 5 in each of these, and see if they get us if either of them get us money.
Sure. Yeah,
Let's
take it for a spin.
let's do this. We have a +1 on interface and a +0 here, so let's do the bigger one on the +0. I don't know if that matters, but
Plus, I think now we have engineer where we get scrap sometimes if we have a success,
yes.
which we can sell or something. So
Yes,
yeah.
and we were kind of thinking maybe we could get a ship mind part out of that, but we think maybe that's not true.
That seems like that'd be okay. $12
cryer, perfect.
Cryer, yeah. Okay.
So let's try this. So we have enough for food tomorrow.
Yes.
12 cryo, cool.
Yeah, no cryo.
So we can do either of these. So these are making us money and also getting us towards a job, like a full-time job that presumably would
pay more, right?
Yep.
Or maybe get us on the ship.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Let's see. Junior tech versus welder's mate. My leaning is welder's mate only because of the engineering skill.
Yep.
Giving us scrap. But, just because I can't think of any other thing that distinguishes the two.
What was we have an interface skill. That might, what did that do? Does that open up? Can I not open up our little skills menu? Maybe I have to be, I have to be out in the menu.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so we are...
Chance to gain
cryo. Okay, never mind. Fuck that then. We should do the interface one.
Yeah, so we have a chance to gain cryo on interface actions and random scrap item in engineer.
Yeah, so since we have a +1 on interface and that, we should probably just do the interface skill.
Yep. We're that's our build too, so. Okay, cool.
That makes sense.
So we have plenty of, not plenty of money, but we have money to do, we're good on that. Do we have anything else? We've got a couple lobies. We could do some hacking. I don't think we have any need to hack right now.
Yeah, because these are all key nodes, right? I don't think there's any... Okay, there's a Havenage.
Yeah, there's a Havenage.
And we already got the Yadigan. Oh, wait, because the Yadigan we can give, right, to Sabine.
Mm-hmm. And it could, hacking does give us a chance for money, too. Okay. A low chance to get money.
Oh, right, because it's interface. Got it.
But we also...
So we could do...
we also have this hunter tracker.
Right. And we've had 2 run-ins already with the hunter, right? So...
Mm-hmm.
That we've been relatively unscathed from so far, but that's probably not going to keep up.
Yeah, so I think we could do, we could either... Hi, Charles.
Oh, yeah, Charles.
What are these? We have to be careful about negative on these because that looks like it's going to increase this clock. Quality control. Shipbuilding spots on the sidereal horizon are hard to come by. Poor work will see you dropped from the roster. So if we get enough of those...
We'll get fired.
Yeah, we'll get fired. So we probably don't want to use our ones.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not worth it.
What do you think? We could use our our threes in there though if we want to, because we
Yeah.
probably money is that we don't have any money and we don't really know what we're gonna do right now.
Yeah, I think yeah. Let's try one of our threes, and
Okay.
because I don't think anything too bad. Yeah, other than the quality control ding. That's
Yeah, we don't know what neutral gets us either. Oh,
Yeah.
look at that.
okay. Great.
Should we do the other three?
Sure.
Now we put a lot of effort towards this, so might be smart to keep going on it. Perfect. Another positive. So we have $51. So we're back in the dough.
We're so back.
I don't know if we're so back. We're like, it's not Jover now.
It's not Jover, but we're not quite back either. Ferdy Burt in the comments said that this game is so good at just conveying the sense of like precarity.
Yes, absolutely.
So true.
Yeah, I don't know
Both
what we want to.
risky.
Yeah, what we want to do. Yeah.
These are risky and dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
That's not great. Then there's that whole other area that costs $150 to get to.
Yeah. We could hack a Yadigan.
Yeah, that's my thought.
It's
That
gonna
seems like
it's gonna tick us on the hunter thing, but it shouldn't have any other negative effects. We could get a couple bucks out of it, and that's just
helping
really
our doctor. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how far we want to go on that. Oh wait, what about this? No, we probably don't want to do this because there's this grounded thing that we don't want to get. But we do possibly want to start putting some stuff in here if we want to, if that is a, well, I don't know, man. Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, I think it's like the low dice. It's like the only thing they're good for is the hacking. Like it's.
Yep.
It's
And we're
hard
probably
to
gonna,
figure.
and it's probably, well, we can buy nicer food tomorrow. That might help.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, we might want to buy another food today. Is that crazy?
No, not necessarily, because we might get better die. You know, if we go
Yeah.
to bed not dying.
Yeah, we're so low on food.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, right. This is, he needs us to go into the next area to do this.
Right. Yeah, that's the $150 area. Unfortunately, I think.
Yep, it is. Yeah, maybe we buy some fungus and that might get us full. And then we have some better dice tomorrow, and then we use our last one dice on this Yadigan hack.
That sounds good to me.
Okay. So nervous to do things that like aren't like super what we need, because like again, it feels so precarious.
Yeah, it feels like you can't waste any resource.
Yeah.
And you really can't in this game spread yourself out too thin
Yeah.
on too many goals. But which is
Uh,
cool. It makes the replay value like crazy. Like
Yeah. So we actually have we have 2 Yadigan data, which again, if we get in a scrape, we can sell those. So to Havanage's to the Havanage office. All right.
all right, sleepy bye. Bye time.
God, flickering already. Jesus. They're all good dice, at least.
Yes. Oh my god. Yeah. Damn, these fucking. You can't skip your injections for hardly any days in this game.
We just ejected. That was like the last thing we did before we stopped.
I know. It's crazy. Okay.
Oh, Fang.
Is there anything new with Fang? Yes, let's see what he's got for us.
I can start. As you arrive, Fang comes striding towards you, taking you by surprise. Let's go, Sleeper. He puts a hand on your shoulder and turns you back the way you came. Follows lead?
Sure.
He steps into the passageway, gliding you down ring towards the shipyard. Sorry for the hurry, but we have something of an opportunity. That data you ripped, well done, by the way, he grins. Tells me Hardin is making a rare inspection of the sidereal horizon this cycle. Oh yeah, so this is the guy that they found on the original. We found him on the original, like as part of the original old staff before there was like a revolution, and
Right.
now it's a different kind of corporate entity that like he was like somebody who was making a bunch of money off poor people, and then there was a revolution that was supposed to get rid of the old way, but he's somehow still around. And also like it wasn't clear, but older than should have been possible for him to be alive.
Right.
I think was the implication.
Oh, yeah.
And so he's trying to figure out who this guy is. Tells me Hardin is making a rare inspection of the sidereal horizon this cycle. It's a perfect chance to confront him outside of that compound he hides in. Fang takes a sharp turn into the dimly lit side passage. Confront him? That's right. It's the perfect time. I hope this doesn't get us fired.
I know. Yeah. We got other shit going on, Fang.
Fang slows and slips into a dark service tunnel where, somewhere in the black, a water pipe drips. It's him, Sleeper, the same Hardin Hurst. Our worm ripped out decades of records that mention him by name, an entire trail of documentation from the first days of the Solheim collapse until now. He wrote out the whole thing, slipped into Havenage when it first broke off from the Union. He paces in the tunnel, a hand rubbing at the back of his head. I need you to understand something about Solheim, Sleeper. I don't know what you know about the collapse, but it wasn't as instant as it sounds. It wasn't like Solheim was here, running the station one day, and the next Erland's Union took power. Back then, Solheim knew this place was slipping away from them. As the palladium market collapsed, they tried to keep the contractors here working. The pay got smaller, the costs higher. People like my parents were forced to work nonstop just to keep a berth on the station and water in their tanks. Solheim squeezed every last worker until the mistakes, the accidents, were coming in nonstop. And as new waves of contractors came in, desperate to work, Solheim welcomed them, taking bribes instead of checking pilot licenses. The whole time Solheim was folding up, dragged into court cases in the central systems, while the severed limb of a station still desperately tried to take all it could. The riots came after the collision at Dock 2. A young pilot, his MEV overloaded with palladium, miscalculated his trajectory and took out a section of the ring. Hundreds died, thousands panicked. My parents told me people were terrified, and the blame fell squarely on Solheim. People like to tell stories about Erland, how he brought the factions together, spoke to the crowds, turfed out Solheim. Maybe that's true, but my mother, pregnant with me, locked herself in the MAV and welded it to the dock while my father joined the improvised crews trying to seal up the ragged edges of the gap. He never came back. Fang pauses in the dark. They sealed it up, though, and by the time they did, Solheim was gone, abandoning every one of us to the black. Apart, Fang finally turns back to you now, his eyes burning, from shits like Hardin. Shits who held their place, wrote it out, and slipped into the new structure like nothing had changed, standing shoulder to shoulder with those that they exploited at every step. Okay, so this guy doesn't necessarily need to be that old, because this happened when his mom was pregnant with him, which probably was only 20, 30 years ago.
Right.
He's just old. Fang starts walking again. That's why I can't just let him strut about the shipyard. This time his past catches up with him. Oh, maybe it is weird.
Okay.
Yeah, how is he still alive?
Sure.
Clearly you don't know much about executives. That kind of power comes with certain benefits. Fang rejoins the main passageway, which is now wide and glass-roofed. Through the ceiling you can see ships in mid-construction, their flanks lit by the flashes of plasma torches. The entrance to the shipyard is ahead.
Are we gung-ho or are we not?
I feel like we gotta do it, right? Like, we've put all this effort into this, like, storyline. Like, I don't want to derail it.
Yeah, no. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Fang grins. Let's go show this shithead some consequences. He strides. This is gonna go bad.
Oh my god, are we gonna die?
I don't think we're gonna die, but I do think there are gonna be consequences we are not equipped to take. But who knows?
Yeah.
Let's go show this shithead some consequences. He strides to the shipyard entrance and pushes through the doors. A web of corridors lead through the complex, snatches of construction bays always appearing through windows. Ships are suspended like whale corpses, skeletal, imposing. Fang seems to know exactly where he is going, and before long you cross into a huge dry dock locked to one side of the sidereal horizon. A network of platforms and scaffolding cling to the ship's hull, filled with workers and equipment. The sound is stretched out by the vast space so that the welding, cutting, and sealing seems to come from everywhere at once. Both you and Fang spot them at the same time, a group walking slowly across a gantry, and at the front, two men, one gesturing towards the ship and the other, stick-thin, cleanly dressed, with a shock of gray hair. Hardin. You and Fang say his name in unison, and Fang sets off the staircase to the gantry, with you following behind. As you come to the same level, the group is passing closer, the foreman gesturing to the work being done throughout the dock, and Hardin nodding along. Hardin Hurst! Fang shouts across the noise, taking you by surprise. His voice bounces and comes back in a rippling echo. The figures turn. Yes? Hardin asks quizzically, raising an eyebrow. He glances between you and Fang, and you see his gaze linger on your body, unsure of why a sleeper might be in this place. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have come with.
Yeah.
What are you gonna gain from? What are we gonna gain from this?
This all feels so conspicuous. What is, like, oh, I'm gonna go yell at him? What's the game? What's his strategy here?
I know. You are a traitor, Hardin. A Solheim executive who tried to hide here among its victims. Fang's voice is steady, strong. You stand for everything the Eye was rebuilt in the shadow of, against everything Erlin stood for, everything Havenage stands for. You have no place on this station. For a moment, stillness descends on the group, as if everyone was held in place by the rattle of construction. Hardin laughs. Well, good to meet you too. He glances around at those around him. Some are smiling, others are nervous. Are you from the systems branch? You're from the systems branch, are you not? Asks Hardin, inspecting Fang's clothing. Fang turns to the foreman. You need to call your security. This man is a corporate agent. The foreman glances between Fang and Hardin, his hands drumming at his sides. Hardin leans toward him and says something inaudible. The foreman nods. I feel like I mean,
What?
we've gone this far. I feel like it's probably dumb to be doing all this, but we gotta.
I don't see how was this Fang's master plan? What was even the point of all of the hacking?
I know. I do think that he's thinking that, like, if he gets exposed, because, like, as like a Solheim guy, that the people that run this place are not just gonna take that, which I have no idea what the politics are like.
Yeah,
but
this
seems
definitely
unlikely.
feels like a very corrupt, like, state. They're not gonna give a fuck, but I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I think it feels even more ridiculous to come this far and back out now. Like, we're not gonna escape consequences by not backing him up.
Right.
As you begin speaking, Hardin turns his attention to you. And what would a sleeper know about that? You accuse me of being a corporate agent. What are you, if not exactly that? He looks around at the group, who are already eyeing you with suspicion. Are you a product of Essenarp? As you are a product of Essenarp, you have no place in a Havenage shipyard. Who knows what signals you are sending back to your makers? Bro, we're gonna get fired sure.
Oh, we're gonna get assassinated. We're gonna get turned over to that bounty hunter. We're getting fired. No more peanuts. Shit.
Who knows what's a murmur of approval runs through the group. Fang holds up a stick of memory. You guessed right. I am systems, and I have records that link you directly to Solheim right here. He turns to the foreman again. So once again, I am asking you to take this man into the custody of the shipyard. The foreman remains still. Hardin's voice is calm, measured. If you have such data, why hasn't it been submitted at a members' meeting for proper review? He shakes his head. Why didn't you do that?
Yeah.
I have nothing to hide,
Dang.
unlike a man who does not announce his name, who enters my shipyard with corporate property in tow and tries to turn my men against me. You hear it now, the echoing sounds of boots on walkways, coming from all angles at once, and then settling behind you. Please, says Hardin. Submit the data through the correct channels, then we can talk. For now, however, you must leave. He gestures behind you to the security detail, their hands on boxy black sidearms at their sides. Fang spits. Hardin, you shithead. You can't wriggle out of this one. Security officer draws their weapon and levels it. Fang turns and stares him down.
Go for the weapon! I think Fang was very naive to think that you just come in like this.
Yeah.
And speak truth to power. Oh.
What is going for the weapon gonna do?
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like there's multiple. Their hands on boxy black sidearms. Yeah, there's multiple armed guards here. So there's no. So we just gotta de-escalate his dumb ass at this point.
Yeah. Calm, Fang. You look at Fang. He shakes his head and puts a hand on your shoulder. Let's go, says Fang, and pushes through security, heading back down the walkway. Once security has walked you out of the shipyard and nudged you back into the corridor, Fang picks up the pace. Try to keep up as he slips into the shadows of an entrance. Fang is gritting ear to ear. You know, Sleeper, sometimes people are exactly how you expect them to be. Something pings in his pocket and he takes it out. On the slate, a web of connections starts drawing itself out, stretching to a set of points around the ring. Got him, mutters Fang.
What is going on? Or what is that? That's fine.
Yeah, probably the same. Fine. That Sleeper is something our worm added to Hardin's personal slate. We're tracking his outgoing messages. Fang's grin looks ghostly in the uplight of his screen. The old ways are best. Spook them good enough and they'll give the game away. He did have a plan!
Okay. So he was just playing dumb.
He jabs at the slate and you see the web is being drawn over a map of the ring, lines bouncing from point to point. All these dots, these are Hardin's buddies, the ones he is messaging right now, and we're going to find them all.
Yeah. Yeah. You were dumb on purpose?
Of course, Hardin isn't working alone. We need the full set or nothing. Fang glances around and slips the slate back into his pocket. We better split for now, Sleeper, but this is exactly what we need. Good hunting. With a pat on your shoulder, Fang drifts away, back into the flow of people around the shipyard entrance. You watch him go, unsure whether to be angry or impressed. We got an upgrade point at least.
Okay, that's good. Thank God.
Are we fired? We're not fired.
No. Makes no sense, but okay.
Oh man.
Maybe our direct report is too far low down the chain
to know anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So now this is just gonna be. Looks like there's another clock ticking here. Yeah.
Out of office. Okay, so we just have another clock of him figuring this shit out.
Okay. So should we spend our point?
Yeah. Okay, so icebreaker agent nodes give double data rewards. Okay. Might be good to do another one of these first ones. So we could do Sunbathe. Dice action allows energy recovery at home.
Okay.
Is that... Which one is energy?
The bottom one. Condition is the one that we get the shots for.
Okay, so we can spend dice instead of money to get energy. Predictive reasoning. Dice actions displayed potential positive and negative outcomes. Thrill seeker. Chance to gain energy after any engage action. I think this might be really helpful.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been having to just guess at a lot of things.
Yeah.
I think it's going to still be relatively vague sometimes, but right now we have nothing to go on, so. Is the one next to engineer the self-repair? That's not an option. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, we'd need two more upgrades to get that.
Got it. Yeah, I would do predictive reasoning.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Give us a little bit of something. Okay, so,
Oh, looks like there's something new happening at Ankida's station. Ankita is crouched in the computing core of the ambergris, swearing to herself when you enter. She doesn't look up. These shits completely ruined the core's connectors when they cut it. She holds up a thick fistful of ragged wires. The ship mind they ripped won't even be usable without replacing these. Yep, here comes the ship mind that you were talking about.
Yeah.
She throws the bundle of wires across.
She might know. She might have a lead though. Actually,
I hope so.
Oh yeah. Okay. So who took it? Can we repair it?
I guess who took it?
Okay.
I guess we need to chase down that fragment. She stands. If I knew, do you think I'd be waiting around in here rather than out with my boot on their neck? She sighs. Yadigan? Some spacer crew? No way to know. But they got in with one of my crew's access chips, so they either killed him, robbed him, or he was in on it. No good options. Ankita climbs out of the cooling well where the ship mind should be, the space suddenly crowded with her on the same level with you. Towering over you as she stoops beneath the low-curved ceiling. Come on, nothing to be done here now.
Don't hate that.
Crowded up with the butch woman.
Yeah, I don't hate a butch space merc towering over me as she's in the guts of a machine. That's definitely not my aesthetic.
Oh no. She leads you back through the guts of Amber, though you can find the way back yourself. The repair process has left you familiar with the cutter's idiosyncratic layout, all diagonal angles and bundled tubes.
Yeah, what do we do now?
Yeah. Akita seems lost in thought, and you focus on the corridors, ducking below conduits and passing through bulkheads. Eventually you arrive in the galley, though it's hard to tell. Most of the benches and prep surfaces are covered in half-stripped components and welded hull patches. Akita shoves a box of filters to the floor and sits. There's no way around it, she starts out of nowhere. We need a new ship mind.
Yeah, where from?
Yeah. We need leads. Scrap freighter, ord exchange. Hell, find one in the overlook bathroom. Doesn't matter where, just matters that we get one. She rubs her forehead. It seems I'm about to do something very stupid. But hey, I came here, didn't I? Why not make a run of it? She fixes you with a hard stare. Sleeper, you're all I've got. No crew, no friends, you're it. She looks uncomfortable. I appreciate the time you've put in on Amber, and I'm sure she would too if she could. What I'm saying is, if you screw me on this, I will kill you. She leans over and hands you a stack of chits. A big stack of chits. You don't dare to count them. Get me that ship mind, Sleeper. Don't make me regret this.
Well, shit!
Okay. Shit. I mean, I guess we tell her that she won't.
Won't regret this, yeah.
Yeah. She sighs. Look, just get out of here before I change my mind.
She's given us $50,000 in a box. We didn't even.
Oh my god.
We didn't even
Why is she trusting us? Like, all we did was come and like turn a few screws and like slobber all over her. Like, I mean, maybe that's why she trusts us,
Yeah.
but damn. You slip out of the galley and head back toward the main lock. As you do, Amber growls and creaks like a caged animal. You reach a hand out to calm her. Time to find Ankita a ship mind. Somehow.
So do we... we just have that money now.
Oh my god, how much money is it?
I think it was maybe 100.
Okay.
We had 50 something, and then maybe it was less than 100 because we had 50 something, and then we spent 15. I remember.
Okay.
So that would put us, yeah, something like 100.
Okay, because the ones we bought were 60 each. The fragments we bought were 60 each, right?
Yeah, so that wouldn't have
The other
even
two.
been enough.
Yeah.
Shit, man. I was literally gonna be
Yeah.
like, who should? So now I'm like, what? I don't want to use this. Like, we can't use this ship mind on this on Neoven because she just gave us a bunch of money and she's gonna murder us if we don't like. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
we definitely. I don't. I'm a little nervous to like. We were hoping we could use the same ship mind for both, but now I'm like,
Right.
well, I don't.
Yeah, it's unclear. Like, if we could just put Neovend on the ship mind and then give it to her, and then we could all
Mhm.
leave and be friends. But I don't know. I guess we really don't know what Neovend's gonna do after. We do
Yeah.
that, so.
Damn.
Yeah, this is tough. Wait, was this over here a new ship that was docked?
Yeah, I guess so. It's the
Yeah.
same stuff as last time.
Okay.
So we
Okay,
can
so
buy
it's just money.
scrap. We can buy scrap. And we can help unload for money.
Okay.
Looks like that'll actually get us a little bit more money. So it tells us how much it's gonna get, which is kind of nice.
Right. Though this does advance the clock, but we don't know whether the clock is gonna be useful to us or not. But could potentially do both. Shit. So we don't really have any better leads on where to get a ship mine fragment. She said Ort Exchange. She said just finding it somewhere in a bathroom. Like, she just listed off like who knows where you're gonna find it. And here we've only gotten money. We've never gotten scrap. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think she was maybe just saying that because that we had to do that to get to the Ort fabricator, which is, I mean, we
Yeah.
put some work into this. Like, we're actually doing pretty well on this ship mind quest.
Right.
But we're just. Oh, we can't even help repair. I guess that just repaired itself. Oh, she finished repairing it on her own? Because we can't do anything other than a ship mind.
Shit. Yeah. So now we just gotta find this goddamn component, and it seems like such a crapshoot.
I mean, if we can survive long enough, this will come back in. But that's
True.
fucking 16 days.
Oh my god.
So I guess the only thing to do is kind of just keep opening shit up. I think that's really our only hope.
Yeah, seems like it.
So we have.
Doesn't look like there's any other.
Yeah, we have what? The low end to open up. We have the free spoke to open up, and we have the founder's gap to open up.
Right.
And we need money because unless we want to dip into what she gave us, because we're gonna need stabilizer relatively soon, or else we're gonna start losing big dice.
Right. Yeah, so I guess my leaning would be to either go back to our job or to do that other work with the docked ship that's 15 cryo, but I don't know like strategically what to do to like move us forward beyond that right now.
Yeah, I think we should definitely put some in here. I think it might be worth. We could throw 2 in here and get junior tech and see where that gets us. This is also another way
Yeah.
off this off the out of here. So, which is maybe a good to have a backup plan, that because we're going to need to be putting some dice into money anyway, into getting money
Right.
somehow anyway. So.
Yeah, I think that's worth doing.
So we could put our 2 high dice in here, or actually just
Yeah.
one should, I think, get us this
One
junior
might-
tech.
Yeah, if we have a good roll, that should move us forward just over one.
Yeah, let's try this. Nice.
Okay, great. Got an extra $5 there.
Oh, continue.
Now we see.
Each shift, a crowd of would-be workers gathers outside the shipyard, each of them clinging to a 4-digit number printed on receipt paper. These are their assignment numbers, and you're either called for a shift or you aren't. As you arrive, the crowd is restless and chatter rumble. That's fucking sucks ass. Bad way to do that.
Yeah.
I was just hearing. Oh, what was the anime sickos talking about how flaggers have to do that for the CTA. You have to fucking call like you're a fucking like it's fucking jury duty and see if you have a shift that next day, and it could be like any number. It could be like day or evening or overnight shift, and you don't know until you fucking call
Every day. Yeah, and that's the level that you have to start at if you want to be a train driver, a bus driver, whatever. Like you have to do this like shit work where you don't know whether you're working third shift or first shift every day until
for a
you, like,
year.
call it. It's for a year. It's awful.
Ugh.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, and that's
'Cause
why there's
otherwise
no
somebody's-
CTA train drivers.
Right. And why we have so many ghost buses. Such a joke.
For those who, like you, have graduated to the work team, shifts are guaranteed. Having just walked out of a meeting with a supervisor where you were praised for your efforts, you feel the glow of a job well done. Yet you can't help but feel empathy for those huddled as you pass, waiting for their number to come up. You keep your head down as you leave the shipyard, feeling a little guilty as you do. Hey, sleeper, wait up. Oh my god, is he gonna ask, are we gonna like give up our spot for this guy, have the option to... Hey, sleeper, wait up. Lem's voice
How
trembles
dare.
as he shouts above the rumble of the crowd, and you turn to see him pushing through, Mina crying in his arm. I can't. I'm not just gonna keep walking. No.
No. Oh, man.
Good to see you, friend. He's breathing hard after shouldering through the waiting workers. You made the work team. Good for you. He tries to catch his breath, stroking Mina's hair as he does. Shh, baby, give me a second here. He smiles weakly at you as he comforts her, and the cries start to fade. Out of the crowd, he sets Mina down by his side, shiny streaks down both of her cheeks. As he does, you see his clutching an assignment number on a crumpled piece of paper. I don't know. What do you think?
Oh, God.
Waiting on a shift, or is Mina okay?
God.
Ask about the kid?
I guess so. I mean, that's the nice thing to do.
She's good. We just had to rush up here. He puts his hand on her shoulder, and she clings to his side. Esther, who usually Esther, who usually takes her, is sick. He stretches. I don't know what a noise sounds from the entrance. A klaxon, followed by a list of numbers growing brightly on a display screen. The crowd responds instantly, pushing and pulling as people try to wade to the entry checkpoint. Lem stops and turns back towards the crowd, then glances down at the crumpled paper. That's my number. Shit. Mina. He starts patting the pockets on his gear and glancing around. Oh, this is not as way less bad. He just wants us to watch his kid.
Oh, okay. That's easy. Ooh.
Yeah, I feel like I'm down to watch
Sure,
a
yeah.
kid. Yeah.
You can be buds.
He blinks a little, staring. Thank you, all. He crouches to Mina. You're gonna stay with our friend here, okay? We've met this dude once.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
But
that's
it
not.
is nice.
We don't know. We could have hung out more just off screen, I guess.
Yeah, especially with the work we're doing. But it's nice that he's not prejudiced against us for being
Yeah.
a sleeper. That he trusts our kid.
That's a big currency in this place.
For sure.
He crouches to Mina. You're going to stay with our friend here, okay? They're going to keep you safe, and he stands back up. Here, take her bag. He shoves it into your hands. She's got food. She's got... Shit, I have to go. He backs away into the crowd. Mina, I'll be back real soon, okay? Be good. Then Lem disappears into the roiling crowd, who are now trying to get into the shipyard before it locks down. This little girl, Jesus Christ!
Oh my God, she's so cute. Look at her just standing there.
Mina stands staring, suddenly small without Lem at her side. She fixes you with a dark-eyed look you can't quite read. Hey, Mina?
Sure.
She holds the stare, unmoving. The two parallel tear tracks still glint on her cheeks. I don't want to look at her shit.
Steal her purse. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Steal her diaper bag.
I could sell this for fucking chits.
Yeah.
She sniffs and looks down. Okay, look in the bag. You unlatch the top of the bag and see a few metal containers fashioned from scrap components. A battered slate sits on top, blinking a low battery warning, and tucked beside it is a ragged rabbit, hand-sewn. I'm worried she's like dying, right?
I think she's just sad. I think you'd play with her with the rabbit, maybe.
Yeah. You pull the rabbit out of the bag, its long limbs waggling as you do. Mina goes to jump and grab it, but holds herself back. She stands and hugs herself, eyes on the rabbit. Give her the rabbit?
Yeah.
I don't want to keep... You hold the rabbit out and Mina snatches it from your hand. She hugs it tightly without looking away from you. Bun Bun, she says, staring you down, ferocious despite her size. Oh, God!
Aww. Oh.
Hi, Bun Bun.
Hi, Bun
You
Bun.
move a little closer as you speak, closing the gap. He doesn't speak, she says. She looks at you suspiciously, but her face softens a little. She waggles Bun Bun in front of you and then walks him up your arm onto your shoulder where he sits. She pokes your arm a couple times. Are you really a robot? Sort of is actually...
Sort of.
Yeah, probably the most truthful.
Yeah.
Yeah, she thinks. Me too. Mina has more questions. Lots of questions. Questions about how you breathe or if you rust. But before long, you were talking about rabbits and what Esther, the lady who usually takes her, smells like, and whether or not fairies live in the eye's heating pipes. You pass the time like this, sitting side by side on the floor of the walkway as others pass by, sometimes talking, sometimes drawing on the slate, sometimes playing with Bun Bun the rabbit. And this is how Lem finds you, just as both of you are starting to yawn. He is dirty and tired, but Mina leaps up his legs and into his arms as he stumbles backwards. You two get on okay? He asked, trying to keep Mina from climbing onto his shoulders. I think it was great.
Yeah, we chilled.
Mina shoots you a smile from Lem's arms, her suspicion gone. Well, looks like this meanie can be nice. He pokes her in the ribs and she squeals in delight. Thank you, friend. I mean it. He gives you a warm, wide smile. I owe you. Look, he glances around. Seems like Esther, the lady who usually watches her, is going to be out for a spell. If you ever have some time, I'd really appreciate you coming down to our place in the low end. He grins sheepishly, if you have time. But now I have to take this one to eat. He plays at biting Mina, and she giggles in response. See you, sleeper. He waves, and they stumble off down the corridor, drawing gazes from passing spacers as Mina's laughter echoes down the corridor in bright squeals. Oh, that was so much better than I thought it was going to be.
Yes. That didn't cost us a thing, and it made us a friend.
Definitely, sexageneity. Definitely thought he was never coming back. Oh,
Oh my god.
Oh, so real. I'm glad I didn't see that before he did come back. Oh. Okay, so yeah. Oh, we can go to the bridge of the sidereal horizon now.
Oh, interesting.
Little
oh my
bit
god,
more
it has
money.
so many. Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
Oh my god, this is a big task.
Yeah.
Damn. Starting to think we have farther to go in this game than we were ever led to believe.
Yeah. But I think maybe this stuff is stuff that, I mean, this is stuff we could have gotten right off the bat. I would be surprised if it's possible for us to do this. We could maybe do this if we put like everything into it.
Right.
But this is like, if we do this, we have a like a Charlie, you're being a brat.
Oh.
So, but we have a steady job, which
Right.
is really good. But great, and it's $15. It's $15. It's
Yeah.
clearly going to
got a
be
raise.
there. So I feel good about that.
Yes. That's nice.
So we have we think that she gave us $100, right? So we have $53 that she didn't give us.
Something like that.
So yeah, if we want to oh, we can go to
Oh, we can go to their house now.
yeah,
Okay.
let's okay, cool.
Okay. Can babysit.
Oh my god. Oh.
Oh,
god. Oh.
Now we have to worry about other people's chances off of her too.
Fuck, dude.
Oh my god. Ugh.
But it looks like it's safe and it's all there's no negatives. So we could
Right.
do that.
Mhm.
That's a place to put bad dice.
Yeah. That's true.
maybe a negative is just nothing on the clock though.
Yeah.
God damn. Okay.
Oh god.
That could get us stuff though, you know? I mean, that could just be not selfless, but we can think about it.
Yeah. I think it's definitely a place to donate low dice.
Yeah.
You know?
And
or if we just feel like we're good on money and nothing we can do is gonna advance anything.
Okay, so if we want to kind of explore, we have two major options. We have low end and we have free spoke.
The free spoke, yes. Service passages.
So it looks like this could lose us energy, and this could lose us condition.
Yeah. I just wish we had a sense of what's even gonna get us remotely closer to a ship mind fragment here, but I guess we just don't know these areas enough to know.
Okay, interesting. So these two, this could gain us energy or lose us energy. And this, I guess, won't get us cryo, but could lose us cryo. That actually doing a high dice, because this is 100. Well, we don't have any 100%, but we have a 50-50, so that could get us some energy too.
Yeah. It's gonna take us a couple days to unlock this, it looks like.
Yeah, it's
where we're at.
yeah, it's 8. That's certainly less risk. Feels well.
Then this one, yeah. This one seems.
Yeah, this is 2 energy. See how
Yeah.
there's 2 little guys on there?
Yeah.
So I think we should choose one and go all in on it.
I mean, I would rather do the low end for sure.
Okay, it seems safer too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. It's weird. This. Oh, I see. So this could get us 2 low ender points.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That makes sense. You get more
guess-
credibility with people if you can gamble. Good.
Mm-hmm. But this could get us energy too.
Right.
I wonder what a neutral is. Maybe just one low ender.
Maybe.
What are you feeling between these two?
I don't have a strong preference.
Is this also 50-50? No, this isn't 50-50.
That was slightly.
Yeah, we don't have that much. We have some money. We're doing okay on, we have some money to play with. So we could stand to lose a little bit of money. And we have a good job. So, and energy is just money too, because it's just food. This could get us 2 low enders. Let's try this one first.
Okay.
Nice. Oh, it did give us a little money.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm tempted to throw both of these in here.
That's fine. Yeah. Just move it
Worst-
forward a little bit.
Yeah, worst case scenario, we lose them a little money.
Okay.
Okay,
one
a neutral, we lose 3, but we
Okay.
get a low ender. But we're neutral on cryo right now. Okay, so we lost 3 cryo, but we got 4 things.
Okay, and,
So
we're halfway there on low ender now. So.
Yep.
Oh wait, are those new things? Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
That just opened. That already opened up stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
Tavla room. The Tavla room in Tamber House, some of the best players in the low end. This is serious high stakes only play. Okay. I don't even know if we... Is that just saying we don't... Skill upgrade required. We can't even play there.
Yeah. With more, so we need more Intuit skill?
Yep. Tracking Havenage. You've heard that the Yadigan Enforcer base here has been paying low-end residents for information on Havenage movements.
Okay, so we can sell Havenage data.
And we do have an Havenage data that I don't think we need
Yeah.
anything with.
So should we do it? I mean...
I think maybe because it also doesn't tell us how much money we'll get. And it might be useful to know. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're going to use this.
Yeah, we don't have anything else working right now where...
Yeah. Yeah, what do you think?
We're really...
Just throw it in there?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, fuck it. We're playing both sides here.
Yeah. 10 cryo. All right, not bad.
Okay, fine. And then it looks like there's another restaurant.
Noodle manufacturer. Minji has a kelp stack in the basement, and he makes noodles from the seaweed. He doesn't pay much, but he'll feed anyone who does a shift. Nice.
Oh, so we get food here for a dice roll rather than money.
Oh, yes, cool. That's good to know.
That's
And we
nice.
could get up to 3 energy, which is
Yeah.
good. I think the fungus place only gives 2.
Yeah. So that's nice.
Express delivery. Delivering noodles to the nameless units of the low end takes guts and a certain fearlessness that comes when it comes to asking for tips. So this is, we could get 13 or 4 cryo. So that, it probably doesn't make sense. It probably makes more sense to just do our job. Because it makes 15.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're starting to unlock some stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna be able to finish today, but
I know it seems like there's so much. Like whoever said it was only 6 hours to play seems crazy. It just seems like it's not.
we're definitely going really slow because we're also because we're also having to remember what's since we're playing it stretched out.
Yeah.
We're having to remember what's going on, and that takes some time. And yeah, I think I'm trying to think where we're at hours wise. I think this is our 3rd session, roughly an hour and a half each, right? So is that
Well,
4.5?
Did we not have a stream where it was like the whole stream was the game? Did we not have? Or we always?
Oh yeah, that's true. I think one of them we literally didn't even have another thing.
Yeah.
So we're probably at about 6 hours now at least. So yeah, I don't know. So we're at 3 hours today. Do you are you good? Do you want to do another day at least?
Yeah, let's keep going for a little bit and see.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we just barely got caught up, you know.
Yeah, I don't think we're
got the
going to
lay of what we're trying to do.
I don't think we can push enough to win or lose unless something very good or very bad happens. But I think we can push a little farther.
Yeah, it'd be nice to make a little more progress on some of these threads.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so maybe we should have just eaten yesterday because we do not have a lot of good dice.
Yeah. And we can see we're halfway through with the with paying the tab.
Oh Jesus, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, God. So that could be in 2 days.
Yeah. I
Fuck.
think so. So on the one hand, just making enough money to pay his tab might be important.
Yeah. And we also are gonna need yeah. I'm almost
We're
like,
also gonna
should
need
we just fucking just work our job today and that's it?
Yeah. I mean, we could also do a die roll on the noodle thing for energy too. Or we could spend money on food.
Yeah.
Depends.
We could let's see what is can we use our ones at our job? What is this? Oh no, it's danger.
Oh shit.
So yeah, I guess it doesn't really say what happens if we get a negative.
Right. Yeah, that's not good. Maybe
So
just use our good die here.
Yeah. Yeah, I that almost does make sense to just fucking keep racking up the dough.
Yeah, we're about to have to. This is just like real life, god damn it.
Yeah.
It's like I don't have time for the other things, my projects.
Yeah.
The bills are coming.
Yeah, I think that might be what we need to do because we really need stabilizer. Our bill's about to come up. I bet it's $100.
Yeah,
That's my hope.
that's a good guess. I think it's somewhere in that neighborhood of like $60 to $150.
Because
Even though
it's
drinking for 4 days straight would be insanely expensive, but
yeah, but it's like big, like when like, what's her name? Ankita gave us a huge amount of money that we couldn't even dare count, and that was 100. The Sabine, this is $100, which is
the 2 ship mines was 120 without negotiating it. So that's like big monies.
yep.
So yeah, that's
So-
probably right.
I mean, that 100, we could kind of, this feels bad, but we don't necessarily need to save the money she gave us because we spent money on this already, and we're going to give her those.
Right. Right. As long as we can get a ship mined component,
We're not taking her money.
when we, yeah, we're not taking their money if we use it to pay off our parole officers drinking money. If we use it to bribe our fucking.
Yeah, it feels like it's not moving, but I think we got to throw these 2 big ones in there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because we're gonna need our fucking medicine and to pay off his drinking debt soon. So.
All right, so we're almost to 200, which is
All right. We're
which
rich.
is what we need. So, assumedly, that's what we need.
Yeah. So we could try the noodles. Right? Let me see what the outcomes
Risky.
are. No, the noodle manufacturer one where it gives you energy.
Oh, yeah, that's true, because it should just give us... Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea, because we definitely need to eat.
Yeah.
And we need to save money.
Yeah, it might just barely be a kind of middling amount of energy.
It probably is only +1, but that's
it's probably
fine.
only one. No. If that's what it is. If
Yeah.
it's negative outcome means you get nothing, then that would suck. Or we get
I mean, it's safe.
get diarrhea also. But.
Yeah. I mean, it's safe, so...
Okay. So yeah, we could try that and see.
Yeah, that actually... Neutral? We even got
Oh,
money.
we got
2 and
2
money.
Yeah, not
So,
bad.
negative is probably only 1 energy and no money, which is...
Yeah, so that's still good. Yeah. Fuck it.
Okay, wow.
All
All right.
Great.
Okay, we're doing
Easy
okay. We're actually doing okay. That was a quick
Yeah,
day.
Yeah.
We didn't do anything interesting. Didn't read anything.
No. Nope, we just went to work and then we went to our second job at the noodle shop.
God, we're really grinding.
We're
But
so
we got better
grinding.
dice. We got better dice today because we had a lot of energy.
Mm-hmm.
Bang is only halfway
Bang is
done
still
with his
working.
clock.
Yeah. He's still working, so yeah.
Ah, God, there's only 2. There's only 2 on this clock. I feel like this isn't. Is this consistent? I feel like these time clocks are not. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like I don't know.
Yep. So one more day before we have to pay the piper there. So we could move this forward a little bit. We could get this done.
Yeah.
Most likely. With 2
we have
good
a-
rolls.
Yeah, we have a 2 and a 3. We can't really use our. We've got to be really careful about using low dice for our job.
Mm-hmm. Right.
We should probably get over the 200 mark.
Yeah.
So we should do at least one thing that'll give us a couple bucks. And we should probably eat. Or do noodles.
Yeah.
I'm curious to do some of these because these ones, like this one, got us some, like into the Tavla place.
Right. Like it unlocked more places for us even without finishing it. So this ended up being worth investing in, even just for having different ways of getting food and stuff.
Hmm. What do you think? A 5 in here just to see.
Sure, fuck it.
It'll get us an energy too.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's worth it then.
2 low ender, nice, and an energy.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice. Cool.
That
That helps.
Yeah, I'm tempted to throw this in here, and then we might be able to finish low ender and get our energy up, all the way up.
Yeah, let's try it.
Okay. Might have a bad roll, but just one. Okay.
Just
Perk efficient extractor. Oh, we got a scrap.
get some scrap. Yeah, so we can sell that, or we unlocked one new thing. Looks like.
Yeah.
Derelict unit. Oh, we might have a new house.
Gather materials. This half-built unit looks long forgotten, a project that never made it. With enough scrap, you might be able to seal it up.
Oh,
Interesting.
Okay.
So we have a place for scrap.
Yeah. How many pieces of scrap do we have right now?
We just have the one. We literally just
Just the
got one, and that is the only one we have.
And that's it. Okay. Okay. So,
But we
so
have
who knows what? Yeah.
and we could buy scrap here if we want.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't know why.
Wait, can we look at that again real quick?
Mhm.
The offloading container one. I just want to read it for a second.
Yeah, this is going to be gone
Okay.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
So if we want to
Right.
do that, we kind of need to do it today.
Yeah.
And it'd be $60 if we wanted to.
I'm really curious what the something valuable is that can be found among the salvage. Like, is it a ship mine component? What else is it? But also, we don't have a lot of money to gamble with right now.
Yeah. I think it's just scrap. I think the idea is just it's useful because scrap components, filters, capacitors, sensors, useful salvage to the right person. So I think it's the idea that like it's not like you sort through to find the useful salvage as opposed to the trash, the actual just trash. So, and I know that's kind of why we got that scrap thing. I think scrap is just a thing, you know, like I don't think there's a chance there, but
of anything that isn't scrap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's pretty unlikely we're gonna like happen upon a chance to get a ship mined. I'm guessing what this is a place to sleep that's not the abandoned container.
Right.
And it probably gives us some benefits over the container.
Right.
So
yeah, whether that's more like protection or what, I don't know. But.
Yeah, what I would say is we don't worry about this, and if we get 4 scrap, because we have a random chance of getting scrap with engineering actions. So we might just get this on our like just on its own.
Right, it might just happen as a byproduct of something else. Yeah.
So we might just maybe we just keep that in our back pocket as a way, as a thing that might just happen to it for us on its own.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, so where are we at the low end? We need one more.
Yes. So with our kind of decent diet, we could either do that or we could go to our job, basically, right? Is there anything else?
Let's... Yeah, I don't know what danger. Like, we don't know what happens is in a negative thing. We could get
Yeah.
hurt. We don't know if it's energy or condition.
Yeah.
We might be able to gamble. And gambling may give us a slot in the low end, whether we win or lose.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of what I'm guessing. So we could
Yeah.
do what we could do is use this guy here. Hopefully, we get $15, and then use this guy in the low end. And even if we lose, we should finish up that clock.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
no!
a condition.
Shit, that's not good.
That's okay. That is rough, but we should
Yeah.
we should have enough to buy a thing, which
Hopefully, yeah.
yeah, we should wait until after tomorrow. We'll know how much he wants,
Right.
and then so maybe tomorrow we can pay him off and Sabine, and
Hopefully.
and a stabilizer.
Yeah. Yeah, our die are gonna suck a little bit tomorrow, but
We could buy some food. -3. Oh, didn't even give us
it
a.
didn't give us
Didn't give
yeah.
us a chip. Okay. Well,
we lost respect, or we just didn't make people like us.
yeah. That's okay. We gave it a shot. And tomorrow we'll know how much damage Ethan's tab is.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we eat? That might help with our dice tomorrow.
Yeah, that's true. Just get a little peanut.
Yeah. Let's get a peanut. We'll still be almost at 200. If it's exactly 200, I'm gonna be so upset. I'm gonna be so.
It's gonna be so painful. We're gonna be really like in a bad state.
He just kills us. He's like,
Wishing
"Oh, you don't have exactly $200?" He shoots us there in the fucking corridor.
Oh my god. Yeah, and like if we pay his tab, does that mean he's just gonna start it up again?
I think so. I think he's just gonna be there asking for money until we get him off our back somehow. Which hopefully Fang is gonna help us with. I don't know. We don't know that.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, only $58.
58.
That's nothing.
Okay. And you have 2 cycles to pay his tab.
All right.
So we actually had a little more time than we thought.
Yeah. Yeah, you said 60 to 100 is what we were thinking, so that's even. I bet it gets higher every time, though.
Oh my god. Little piece of shit.
Should we wait until tomorrow?
Yeah, I don't see why not. Because he's just gonna start drinking again and run up another tab. So
Yeah,
we
we should wait. Okay, I do think we should probably get a stabilizer,
yeah.
right, and do it.
Yeah, because our die are shit now.
Yeah.
Like we're only
So-
getting 3.
So should we just do that? Just bite the bullet on that?
Sure, yeah. This is very spoon theory too, also. This
Yeah, it is. It really is. And you are like, I mean, it even fits because you're like disabled. Like you're
Mhm.
disabled and poor, which both are things that take up. And there's even some. I mean, there's even some like addict. You know, you have to have this every time.
Mm-hmm.
Very spoons.
Yes.
Okay. We can take the stabilizer. I don't. Probably isn't going to change anything, but you want to just get this out of the way, so.
Sure, yeah.
Just because we know we have to do it. Perfect. Okay. So we effectively have $0 that are ours.
Okay, so should we go to work or?
Yeah, let's do at least. Let's throw at least one of these into work. Yeah, this is 100% positive. Yeah, throw a 5 in there.
Yeah.
Or wait, yeah, those are the same. Cool. We could, to be conservative, we could use one of these dice for Minji instead of buying food.
Yeah, we could do that.
And we should probably use one of them for the low end. Actually, we
Yeah.
could just do.
We could get energy from doing block maintenance. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably
Yeah,
because. All right, right. Should we use our 6 or our 5?
Are they both 100%?
This one is 100%. This one is 50, 100, 50 neutral.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know where else we're gonna use either of them, so.
Yeah, let's guarantee we get the energy so that we double up here.
Yeah, good call.
Perfect. So now we got that. Did we get anything new?
Okay.
Yep, we got a new thing.
Yeah. Caster, data fence.
Who's,
You cross between two walls of units, one of the cavernous streets at the center of the low end. The pressurized bridge is full of the clack of tavla, the shouts of children, the whir of air filters. Sleeper. You turn to see a man sitting at a tavla table alone, somehow untouched by the hustle and bustle of the people around. He gestures to the stool on the opposite side of the table. Sit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy seems cool.
Mm-hmm. You sit at the metal stool and he starts setting out the board with the counters, or at least the filter caps low-enders typically use in their place. Caster, he says by way of introduction, looking over his glasses. Night or day, he asks, gesturing at the caps, crudely sprayed white and black.
I feel like this is going to determine whether we win against him.
You think? I mean, in chess, historically, white goes first.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming that's what it means,
I don't
too.
know about... Yeah. But if it's like Go, it kind of looks more like Go, so I don't know how that works in fucking Go.
I'm going to say night. Does that sound?
Okay. He nods. The black counters are already on your side. Let's begin. You take a plastic die each, pitted and worn, and roll to determine who starts. Caster rolls a 6. You a 4. I lead. He smiles and begins to move his first cap precisely along the board. Play passes back and forth between you, the dice changing hands as the caps spread along the board. As it does, Caster speaks, eyes not leaving the caps. It is unusual to see a sleeper on the eye. That's why I wanted to play you. You take your turn, rolling a 5 and a 6.
I feel like we've been pretty aggressive in this playthrough. That's sort of been our style. Should we stick with that and play aggressively?
That might earn some credibility with him, sure.
Yeah.
After all, a sleeper's mind must be somehow different to a human one. Being emulated, I mean. As Caster talks, you target his counters, halting his progress but exposing your caps as you do. I don't mean to offend you, Caster meets your eye. I merely see that you are by definition different. What has been subtracted in the emulation? What has been added? He stacks a wall of counters, a boundary you must break. He hands you the dice. Do you ever think about this, Sleeper? About what you were before and what you are now?
That's interesting. Always or never.
Hmm.
I think we definitely have thought of that.
Yeah. What we don't remember and things like that. Or
Yeah.
what we missed. Yeah.
Always?
Sure. You roll a double 1 and solidify your wall. Caster whistles. The holding game. Commendable. It can be brave to build from what came before. He rolls the dice and leaps your wall in a single move. But we cannot idle too long, Sleeper. The slower we move, the sooner we are caught. The past you is not just an idea, a concept for you. It is a living, breathing person. He looks up over his glasses, his eyes bright and wide. You split from them like a shadow splitting from its caster. They may be sleeping now, yes, but one day they will awake and carry on with their lives, unaware of your fate, no matter what it may be. He hands you the dice, smiling. You are a branch severed from the main trunk, an offshoot who refuses to die, so to speak. You roll again, under pressure now, trying to slip your caps out from under casters before he solidifies control of the game. So what I am curious about is how you see yourself in all this, Caster asks. What does this tangle of truths make you?
I don't know.
I want to go with the Sigma answer of driven.
All right, yeah, I'm into it.
Caster laughs. That much is obvious, Sleeper. I see it in your eyes. You are eager to make all this count for something. Caster looks away, through the glass to the crowded units on all sides. But driven towards what? He starts removing caps, his home board now full. Is there an end here, or just endurance? You try a few more rolls, attempting to get back in the game, but Caster clears his home board with a sense of the inevitable. He has known he was winning for a while. I feel I may have pushed too far. He slides another cap from the board. I apologize. My curiosity has a habit of getting the better of me. You roll a return cap to the board, but all the spaces are blocked. You roll to return a cap to the board, but all the spaces are blocked. Caster clasps his hands apologetically. You play well, really. Your weakness is not your game. He smiles warmly. We have much to learn from each other. He slides his glasses back up his nose and sits back. I feel we could share knowledge, ideas, perhaps even data. His eyes glint with that last word. To our mutual benefit. He slides his final cap from the board. It is over. He has won.
Yeah, I mean, I think so.
Yeah, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, dude. Please, I don't want to make you uncomfortable. He holds up his palms. My intention is only to help you endure here. And if I am able, feed my curiosities. The game over, you notice the bustle of the walkway once more. The call of the children, the deliveries, the arguments and reconciliations. They wash over you as you stand and leave, Caster nodding goodbye as you do. Crossing the walkway, you replay the moves of the game in your mind, looking for an opening you are sure was there.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So he wants
Yadigan
data
and
and
Havenage.
Havenage data. Okay.
We need 5 of either. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
So, can we not? Okay. Well, that didn't get us what we wanted.
No.
But this is really having a way to do to get energy for dice instead of money is really helpful.
And it's another place to put low die, which is really nice because all we had was the hacking before that. So
Yep.
that much is nice.
But
we haven't gotten any leads.
Yeah, we haven't gotten any leads. So I guess we just keep going and see if we can and put it into the free spoke, I guess.
Yeah, that's really all we can do. So we have the bones to go across the gap.
But we're doing. I mean, we're doing good. We have a really good job, which has actually been huge. So, yeah, I think we're doing okay.
Yeah, hopefully Fang's clock will be out tomorrow.
Yep.
Hopefully that'll get us something to work with.
Yeah, and eventually, I mean, we were kind of thinking that we were not going to be able to survive until this clock comes through, but I think we might be able to just kill time until this comes through.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah, we don't actually know if this is going to get us off world, I guess, is a problem. But it feels like it, right?
Yeah, that seems like that's one of the end game things, is if we get the bounty hunter off of us or whatever and get a ship mind.
Yep. So I think we're actually, it felt bad for a second there. But I think we're actually okay. I think we're actually okay.
Yeah, we have a few things we're developing out. I just wish we had a better sense of where the ship mind was going to be, but
yeah,
all we can do is keep digging in.
Yep, and we do have 2 more complete areas to do, and
Right.
$160 doesn't actually seem so unreasonable now, especially because 100. I mean, I feel bad using her money, but at the same time, we already paid 120 towards this ship mind, so really she owes us, technically.
Totally, yeah.
But I mean, really,
we're mutual investors. We're
right?
mutual
Like,
investors in this
technically, we have put more money into this than she has, so I think it's okay to not save her money.
I think as long as
necessarily.
she gives us money, as long as we come back with a ship mind, it doesn't
Yep.
matter how it shakes out.
Okay. So, we have to pay him back, but we're gonna wait until tomorrow, right? At least.
Yeah, I don't see any reason not to extend it.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah, so we can work, or we can do something into the spire or whatever.
Yeah. I'm down for either. We have a pretty good dice, so.
Yeah.
And it's not 100% on either of those.
Yeah. We also might, now we know from the low end that every time we put a resource into this, we might unlock something.
Mm-hmm.
Not just when it's dead, so.
Yeah, it's 50-50, but I'm assuming neutral isn't gonna, like, actually hurt us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe scale the spoke?
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay, positive. Just
Okay,
2.
two. Nice.
Easy peasy.
Anything unlocked? Okay. Oh, wait. Something unlocked there.
Oh, yeah. Steal a shipment. With so many shipments, what's one diverted package? You would have no idea what you're stealing, but that's part of the fun, right? Okay, so that feels like a place, a random item. So this is a place that we could maybe get a ship mind.
That seems, yeah. That's a gamble, but that's exciting.
I mean, if we put 6 dice in there, we even have a +1 on it.
Yeah. We could definitely do that tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like there's a ship mind in there, right? Like whether we get it or not, it feels like there's for sure a ship mind in there.
Yeah. Why are our dice such shit when our condition is high and we were?
Yeah, I guess it's just our.
I guess energy just wasn't high enough. Damn.
Our energy was. Why are we losing 2 a day?
I don't know.
Have we always been losing 2 a day? Uh-oh, what's this?
Harden.
Been more than a few cycles since Fang confronted Harden, and the silent sense has been noticeable. In your time with Fang, you haven't exactly found him to be reliable, but you did expect to hear the end of whatever plan he put into action. But if he won't come to you, you think as you approach the Havenage building, then it's time to come to him. After all, he did promise to fix your tracker, and you're getting nervous. As you approach the bay doors, you see them wide open and light pouring out of the once dark room. Stacks of servers and terminals sit outside the bay, suddenly robbed of their mystery by the bright flood lamps. A figure in Havenage security fatigue steps out of the bay as you get closer, carrying a stack of hardware. Oh, man. I mean, I think we could just walk away, but... I don't know. I feel like...
I don't know.
I really
That's
don't
scary.
know.
I don't know.
It's
Yeah.
really scary.
Running away has never worked well for us, but this is walking away, so it's like more...
This
Act
feels like we
natural.
could just walk away and we would just be done with this story, is what it feels like.
Right.
But it feels like if we approach, we might be able to save Fang's like I think this is
Yeah.
gonna fuck us over to walk through, but we might get enough information. It feels like we might get enough information to oh, stream is doing a short looping thing, so I'm gonna have to turn this out. Okay. I hope that's not true for everybody. I don't know why that would be, but
That's weird. Looks fine to me right now, but
yeah. Yeah, I feel like, I mean, getting rid of our tracker is a big deal, and I think it's going to be a necessary part of our escape plan.
right.
So
So let's fuck it. Yeah, let's do it then.
I don't think it's just going to kill us right away, you know?
Yeah, we've never had an insta death. Nothing like that has happened so far in this game, so I don't.
Yeah, I don't think we might have some consequences for this, but as you get closer, you see the security officer taping up machine from Feng's stash with what looks like hazard tape. This isn't good. You again. Hardin is there, leaning beside the bay entrance so calmly that you barely noticed him. He has a slate in his hand, an inventory of seizures scrawled across it. Predictable. Further evidence of Fang's collusions. You see another security officer come out of the bay and take notice of you. Giving us another chance to dip is so bad. Where is he?
Yeah. Where's our fool?
Where is our fool? Feigning ignorance, or perhaps just abandoned? Hardin shakes his head. I believe you should choose your conspirators more wisely. I almost feel sorry for you. Hardin pushes away the wall and comes closer. Don't worry, Sleeper. We have all the evidence we need. A confession won't be necessary. He gestures around at stacks of hardware, spying on fellow Havenage members, hoarding Solheim materials, an obsession with corporate data. Speaks for itself, does it not? I actually do feel like maybe
don't tell me nothing.
Yeah.
Just taking our own advice.
Nothing to add? He looks up at the glass roof above and stares beyond. We are the ones that provide the oxygen you are breathing, the light you are seeing, the systems you use every day to live out your cycles. This place was hard fought for, Sleeper. It took work, diplomacy, and strength to stop the descending into chaos after Solheim collapsed. Not blind conviction or self-interest. You're the self-interested one. Fang isn't selfish. I feel like poking him is probably not helpful.
Yeah.
I know all about the background of our mutual friend, Sleeper. Don't worry about that. His parents would be sickened by the damage he's trying to do to the institution they helped found. See, Sleeper, we are proud of our history here. Andre Erlin was the first union founded this place, and Havenage has welded his values into the station's very walls. We will never turn away the hard-working, the just, the true citizens of the Eye. Havenage aren't a gang like Yadigan. We aren't pirates like the half the spacers you'll meet in the hub, or esoterics like those Haifa radicals in the Greenway. We are the backbone of this place, proud and true. We named Erlin's Eye, Sleeper. This is our station. He meets your eye. So please, take your false accusations elsewhere before I decide I need that confession after all. I don't think poking... I mean, we might get some more out of him, but it doesn't feel like it's going to be helpful in finding Fang.
No. Yeah.
If you have any pride, you'll give up Fang the moment he contacts you. You know where to find me. With that, Hardin turns his back and walks towards the security officers, ordering them to continue the clear out. As they do, something catches your eye among one of the server stacks, a crumpled hand-printed box of synthetic chewing gum, a penguin character grinning out from the brightly colored card. Scrawled onto it, a speech bubble reading, "Take me to Tambor." Take it. Carefully pocket the box, making sure no one is watching, and then turn away, just as another stack of servers is wheeled out of the bay. What have you done, Fang? And where the hell is Tambor? Fang!
Oh man.
Our little chaser. What have you gotten yourself
Yeah.
into?
Just when you try and give a chaser the time of day, and then you find out he's also a dumbass.
I know. Oh. Fang's gum box. Grinning Penguin says, "Take me to Tambor." Have we heard the word Tambor before?
I don't know.
Again, it's something that we just gotta search for.
I guess so.
Open shit up. I'm tempted to do. We have 100% positive. We could use our 100% positive and do this.
Let's try it.
And just see what kind of stuff.
Let's see if we get a present.
Oh shit! It gives us a thing either way.
Damn. Okay.
Oh fuck!
What do
We got Griot caps.
Okay.
That's what Emphas wanted.
Right. That's nice.
How many did he need? Oh, he needs 3. Motherfucker.
Oh man.
Damn.
This sucks.
But that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, that doesn't give it. We can't do anything with those either. But that's okay. If we get across Founder's Gap, I bet each one of those costs money. So if we do get across, we might maybe that'll save us some money if we want to do that quest. We only have 3 shots at it, even if we get 100%. Even if we get a.
Oh, that sucks. And
All right.
We don't want to waste a low die on that.
No, I think we should only do. It's a +1, so we can do. So I think when we have 5s, we should throw them in there.
Yeah.
Or 4. It can be 4. Or it can be 5s that upgrades to 6.
Right.
Okay.
All right. So if this goes badly, we'll lose energy. Is that right?
Yeah, we'll lose.
Yeah.
We could lose 2 energy.
Oof.
But we have 3. We have 3 dice that we could use for.
For noodle job.
For noodle job.
Okay,
I think it's worth. I think it's worth it.
Let's try it. Yeah, let's
just
try
do
it.
this one.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's okay.
Yeah, and nothing unlocked there. No.
Maybe throw these into noodle job.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yeah, I think negative just gives us only 1 energy. Worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Because we don't. I mean, what else are we gonna do with these ones? I mean,
Yeah, other than
we
hacking.
could, or watching. Watching.
Oh, the baby.
The baby, which I don't. I feel I want to do that so bad, but I don't think we can. We feel so far away from anything, any endgame shit.
We gotta watch ourselves right now.
Yeah, that feels like a playthrough 2 kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Hell yeah!
Okay. Nice, nice.
And 5 cryo.
Nice, nice. Yeah, let's do another one.
The other one. Yeah.
Mhm.
Maybe we could do something else with this too. Nice. Hell yeah.
Okay, yeah, we're all filled up, so that'll be good for our dice. Yeah, so now we could do a babysitting,
We could do a
or we could,
babysitting.
or we could do a hacking, basically. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, we really can't. What is this? Yeah, 2 energy. Losing 2 energy would be pretty bad.
Yeah. I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah. And we can't really use it at the job. And she doesn't actually need help anymore.
Right.
I'm worried that
says
we
that she-
didn't like fill that out. Like, does that matter? That we never like repaired it?
Well, she trusted us enough to still give us all that money, so
Yeah, maybe we just still need to maybe we need to do that after we get her the ship mine. Maybe we still need to do repairs.
but we also did, when we did help her, we got nothing out of it, so I think helping for free is still, we're probably still good with her, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This probably makes the most sense.
Sure.
Wonder what negative means. Probably
Okay.
negative. Just just only one.
Yep. So should we pay off the tab right now, or do we wait until tomorrow morning if it's halfway through now?
Yeah, I'm wondering, like, once it's up.
Then will we have like a little scene where he's like asking us to do it, or?
Yeah, I almost want to do it now. It doesn't feel
Yeah.
worth it.
Yeah, let's just do it. Okay. Was it
Is
my
this you?
turn?
I think so, right?
Okay. I can't believe you just did that. Ethan's mocking laugh comes from across the bar, from along the bar. You look over to see him leaning across it in a pool of light, emptying glasses and spilled drinks glinting around him. It's always dark in the compressor, but this cycle the place is packed, a load of spacers mixing with the locals. Usually they run. Ethan spins a glass on the bar, or they go spend their savings on some local heavy I have to put down. They don't pay.
I feel like walking away is probably not. I feel like.
Yeah. Wrong. Not even close. Ethan gets to his feet. The glass falls and smashes, but he doesn't seem to notice. You think that's it? One round of drinks and we're even? Sleeper, come on. His hand comes to rest on the butt of his handgun, dangling from a chest holster.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah. Ethan laughs hard, and the people around him turn to see what's happening. You think this is on me? I think somebody in your position might have a better idea of how this all works. I'm a freelancer, Sleeper, just like you. We both signed a contract with S&ARP, didn't we? The difference is that my word means something. He closes the gap, stumbling a little. What did you think? You could just run away from your contract, your debt? You could just steal that natty little body of yours and take it for a joyride? Play human for a cycle or two?
Yeah, I mean, they're not either. You don't understand.
Yeah, sure. It's you, Sleeper, that doesn't understand. Some of us pay our debts, but it's all the harder because of idiots like you. Though I should thank you, Ethan nods, his head heavy, for giving me such an easy job. I'm used to outlaws, you know? Real bounties. If I knew catching sad little escapees like you was so easy, I would have changed clients ages ago. Someone shouts from the back of the bar for Ethan to shut up. He holds up a finger in that general direction without turning around.
Stay silent, I guess.
I guess so. Nothing to add? Ethan turns and walks back toward the bar. Good, lesson learned. Ethan sits heavily back down on his stool and searches through his glasses for one with something left in it. The thing is, Sleeper, I can find you anywhere. It's actually wild that you haven't figured it out. That body isn't yours, and it will always betray you, no matter what. He finds a glass and downs the contents. So please go. I'll catch up with you whenever I need another. He laughs and taps the bar for a fresh drink.
I'm tempted to see where this goes, because I don't think it's gonna.
Sure.
I don't think it's gonna hurt us.
No. Just get some more dialogue. Give it up, Sleeper. I'm done teaching you for today. He settles his head on the bar and closes his eyes. I'm sick of you. Go find a job.
We got a job, bitch.
Yeah, you get a job. You get a real job. Bounty hunter shit.
Parasite.
Yeah. You turn on your heel and are out of the cloying dark and the sweat stench of the compressor. You walk hard and fast down the walkway, anger driving your footfalls into the metal of the rim like hammers. Okay.
4. Was it only 4 last time? I think it was more.
Yeah. No, it was 4 last time. So.
I think maybe.
Back at it.
I think maybe this red means it's not consistent. So it's just it's more random. Or maybe that just means it's a negative clock.
Yeah, and then the yellows are neutral? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what it means, yeah. Yeah, because when we were being hunted, that was a red clock. So yeah, maybe it's
just negative.
Yeah.
All right, well, he's definitely going to want more next time.
Yeah.
Fuck, this can't keep going. Like,
I know. I'm never going to financially recover from this.
yeah, at least we have a good job.
Yes. Yeah, we're having enough. We're staying on top of our expenses.
Our
Thank God we
expenses
don't
are
have to pay
growing.
rent.
Yeah.
Yes. I shouldn't say that. The second I say that, that'll happen.
Yeah. All right, but we're doing okay.
Yeah.
Where are you at? Should we leave this off for today?
I think that's good.
Yeah.
I do have to run to the pharmacy before it closes today. So.
Yeah, maybe we do a longer thing, which something just this or something. So
Yeah.
finish this up,
Yeah, because I'm liking it.
I really like it. I definitely want to finish it, but I think it feels like maybe we have some more. Hopefully, we have some more time, unless things go really bad.
Yeah, maybe we could do like an evening stream.
Yeah,
to like
just
wind
this
this down or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe something like that could be nice.
All right. Well, thanks to everybody who stuck with us through this. This is a really fun game. Highly recommend it.
Yeah. Good conversation. Good jaming.
What just happened? Let's see if there's. Oh, okay. Weird. Let's see who. There's anybody to.
Wait,
are these? I'm in like a different raid. What am I? Okay. What? Okay, sorry, that was weird. There's like a different rating like thing. Like when I'm clicking raid, it's like okay, yeah. That's kind of interesting. There's like a new raid UI that isn't just like I can click a filter to say who we're following, but I also can click a filter that are just like people like doing do like a for you thing.
Oh, okay.
That's
Is that on Twitch itself, or is that
Yeah.
in OBS?
It's
Oh.
on Twitch. It's like in the streaming dashboard. So that's kind of interesting, but
Yeah.
I think I just want to look at the people we're following.
Yeah, because you just never know what you're gonna get with.
I think it was fun that one time we found somebody random. I'd be down to do that sometimes more, but
It is good for like it's fun like networking or something, you know, like it's but in networking in the non-satanic way, making friends, you know.
yeah.
Look,
Let's see who's.
yeah, because when I don't click on the following, it's like recommending like some man with a gun outside, like
Weird. Are you seeing the same thing?
yeah, yeah. But it's tagged trans LGBTQ, but it looks like it's a guy at a shooting range. I don't understand.
I mean, yeah, there are a lot of trans people, you know, pro gun trans people.
Yeah,
Let's do
as our trans lifeline conversation.
yeah. Let's do a streamer if you don't see anybody, a streamer named Sebmol. Who's
Okay.
somebody I met on, or well, I didn't meet them. I just started following on co-host. Because
Oh, cool.
he had like this whole maybe we rated him before. He had this whole like backlog of like ads from a fucking from the 2000s or something, but yeah, I think he's just playing some retro games right now.
Cool. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, and it actually does show us I can actually join the stream, which is nice. Cuz it does it makes me watch a fucking ad, but it does actually let me see the stream that we're going into, which is nice.
That's nice to get a little preview.
Yeah, because before it always just made I had to just search it. Anyway, viewers don't care. Thank you guys for hanging out. We'll raid and we'll see you soon. All right, bye.
All right, thanks everyone. Bye.